So that seems like, I mean, at least Maya and I have stuff that we can do as characters. So we've got some shopping stuff, some other things. So
Oh, I have plans.
sweet.
I mean, just because the rest of your party is not here doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy the thing I created for 5 players.
Yeah, and just a reminder, I will not be here on the 20th.
Okay,
So
no
2 weeks
worries.
from today.
Yeah, no problem. Just remind me again the week of, and that'll be fine.
Yep.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello.
How goes things?
You know, no worse than usual.
Nice. So if Malthor doesn't make it, will we cancel the session?
No, I got plans.
Oh, sweet. So it is what I said, Cyrus. The Adventures of Cyrus featuring Kips.
Kips isn't gonna be here.
Oh, The
Then it's-
Adventures of Cyrus.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Trent's at Disney World today. Fucking Captain said he wasn't coming, and then yeah, no, Cameron's saying no.
I've never played in just a 2-player session before, so this should be fun. Or at least not one I remember,
Oh, don't worry.
right?
I have a CR that's designed for your entire party that you guys get to deal with.
Nice.
Fun.
Let's see.
Great.
Let me edit it and let's see how this does just for you two.
Just wanted to go shopping, but okay. Sightseeing's too much to ask anymore.
Oh no, you might get a peaceful session. It just depends. It's only 2.5 times deadly. That's a normal situation for
I
the
don't
lot.
know, because last session I thought maybe it'd be a little bit peaceful. Then we had exploding rats, so.
I got bored.
Okay, Cyrus, we have to be exciting. Quick, start doing circus tricks or something. Roll performance.
No,
Oh
you
wait,
should be
did I
alright.
did I tell you that in Cameron's group, with the Kabold I'm playing, there was a point, I don't know if Cyrus joined the group by then, where I was supposed to roll persuasion for this banshee to give us a question, because she had already given a question to 2 other party members, and it was like, well, if you want one, you have to entertain me. So what Ember did is she lit on fire these little hoops and had her rat jump through them like a circus. And it worked, even though I rolled bad.
That works. When in doubt, light your pet on fire.
Well, he didn't get lit on fire. He did almost die because I had him crawl up a guy's pant leg to try to distract him, but he got hit, but he survived barely.
And that's what matters.
Yep. And then Ember almost died that session, but she's still alive, for better for worse. For Cameron's suffering, she's still alive and kicking and befriending dragons.
Yeah.
And I told him all about the whole cultist thing last session, minus the weed implosion part or whatever happened at the end.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, little like 3-foot Ember is befriending a young dragon.
And gaining the favor of Tiamat, apparently, unintentionally. Which is funny, because the cleric apparently follows a god who fought Tiamat, so the cleric's god hates Tiamat, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
Which dragon? Because I mean, there's a lot of gods that have fought Tiamat and don't like her. So.
I think it's a homebrew god,
Oh, okay.
based off of a player character that someone on the other server he's on had. I think, yeah, Trox player used to play the character, and apparently he played a module or something. What was it called, Cyrus?
Was it the
Well,
Tiamat module?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd probably, yeah, because we're going through the Lost Mines of Endelver.
Yeah, I think that's
so
the Rise of Tiamat. Assuming that's
yeah.
yeah,
5e.
if
Yep.
you thought Wolf was bad, or the Grim Legacy is bad for min-maxing, apparently this Troc guy is even on a next level. So yeah, apparently it's a homebrew god based off his character, whose party apparently in like a round or 2 killed Tiamat.
Yeah, but that's because Cameron has different rules in his setup.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, I have do vary things when it comes to dealing with gods and stuff like that. So if he was using my flat out rules, I mean, it wouldn't be impossible to kill a god because, you know, if you
Mhm.
crit confirm, that's an automatic death. However, I
Oh
don't do that when
yeah.
it comes to people with divinity. So
Yeah, I don't know if Cameron does that.
he does. He's already told me about that. He said he likes to use my
Oh.
rules. So
Yeah, he does the if you don't move, you get another action thing, which I'm gonna definitely use against him. Uh,
I would. I can give you
with
advice on
my
how to
with
do
my
so.
quicken spell. No, yeah, I'm planning to get another level in Rogue, but my plan is one action, Green Flame Blade. Second action, Green Flame Blade. Sorcery points, quicken spell. Bonus action, Green Flame Blade. And if I have Rogue with a Kobold Pack Tactics, I should get sneak attack on like every attack,
Mhm.
or at least on most because of advantage. So yeah, I'm about to make.
You can only use sneak once per per turn.
Well, I'll still get it
Yeah.
basically always because of the
It,
barbarian's always up there in the front.
yep. Yeah, because all you need is advantage, and then you can use it on one of your attacks.
Yeah, I'm about to make combat fun. I think like last session because of how we like slaughtered the cultists and all everyone. I think he said he's gonna start upping the difficulty because we're just too powerful.
Yep. That's
I mean,
why I
there's the
don't do
one
anything that's a
fight.
CR lower than a 2.5 times when I
Yeah.
have my players.
Yeah, I think we did a encounter. I don't know if Cyrus joined the group then, but there was like either 5 or 6 orcs or half orcs, and we basically killed them. The only player who took damage was the barbarian, and I'm pretty sure it was 5 or less. So we basically killed them all without a scratch.
What the hell?
Which might just be pure luck, honestly. Not even just skill, just pure luck. But you know, whatever works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you guys did the system.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Ember's not really homebrewed. She's got like all official stuff so far.
Mhm.
And so unless one of her spells is homebrew, but I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it depends on. No, because I'm not in the campaign, so he wouldn't have all my homebrew stuff.
No, because yeah, I mean the only spell I could think of hers that would be homebrew was like Dragon's Breath, which I don't think
Nope,
that is.
that's
Yep.
traditional.
And then there's like Chaos Bolt, but I'm pretty sure that's official as well.
Yeah, that came out with Xanathars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
as
she doesn't
familiar
have
with
like
magic,
any
so.
homebrew. I mean, the only really homebrew thing is the Dagger of Venom, which has the Dagger of Venom stats. It's just like flavored to be a dragon tooth. So yeah. The only really homebrew thing on her is that instead of having a pet mouse from her urchin background, she's this big, pure black furred, red eyed sewer rat named Mr. Squeakers, who may or may not have rabies. No one knows.
Good. That's what you like to hear.
Yes. He's amazing. He's just there. Sometimes he hisses at people. Sometimes he almost dies.
That's joyous.
Yes.
Oh God.
Aren't you glad I didn't ever try to use Ember in your campaign?
Oh, she would have been dead within about 2 sessions.
That's what I said. I was talking to Fook and it's like, so are you gonna use Ember next time you need a character? I'm like, God, no. If Ember survived, I know the DM would either specifically target the party with things that have fire resistance or just up the CR because Ember exists.
No, I thought you died traditional ways. Poison dagger to the back like everyone else.
Yeah, my own stupidity getting stuck in burning buildings.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been very kind with that. I would have messed with you really badly with that. As I've done before with players.
Yep. No mercy. Zaya's been kidnapped before. She knows you won't spare people.
There don't appear to be any traps.
Yep, as I put in meme chat.
Oh man. Well, it might be an interesting session then today. You guys shouldn't die terribly.
Great.
I'll be curious to see what happens.
We'll get to be really dramatic now. We could do like Shakespeare-esque, like dramatic theater reading. Yeah.
Oh God.
Bring out the skulls and the curtains and the spotlights. Remember all the camera angles like in the movies, the slow-mo.
You're gonna
Get all
die.
the close-ups.
You're gonna die a horrible death. Uh,
Guess the prophecy was wrong.
which prophecy?
The premonition I got.
Which
That
prophecy?
implies I live. That implies I live long enough to foresee the day.
You still
the
assume that
recent
those are like legit, you know?
No, that's what the thing is. I'm like, if this is legit, it's bad. But will I ever actually survive to that? I don't know.
Probably
Will I
not.
live long enough to worry about any of the end campaign stuff? I don't know.
Oh, you guys are what, level 10 now?
Yeah.
Oh, you've made it halfway. It's a good time to die.
Die off before I have to deal with Tarrascan weddings.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got, yeah,
Just
for the majority.
Cyrus, just my soul may be sucked into the ruler stone, so you could just take that and like put me in, I don't know, something, so I could just yell at people from the afterlife. Cyrus, don't pick up the mysterious magic weapon. Captain, not another sentient weapon. We've been over this. Kips, if I see another rat, just like an annoying, always paranoid Siri or like Google.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Oh, today's
Partly
gonna be
cloudy
a fun
with a
time.
90% chance you're going to die.
Today is gonna be interesting. Hmm. Oh, I forgot I built this. Oh, this is gonna be
Always
interesting.
fear when the DM laughs.
Yeah, because the first step is when the DM smiles, then you're in trouble. When the DM laughs, that you're already
I could
past
feel
trouble.
his smile. I'm not even watching the stream. I could feel it. So Cyrus, maybe we could just like call in, like, no session today, time to go. Oh, I suddenly have a sudden sense of fear for my life. I'm gonna be leaving. Sorry, see ya. Cyrus solo session.
Oh, my internet just dropped. Oh wait, I'm still speaking. That didn't work.
Oh, I'm cutting out. Oh no.
Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know I had this.
The call.
I don't like you
Or
saying
static,
that. I don't like you
static.
discovering things. Oh no. No. Don't like that you're looking at new things.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I didn't know they added that. That's
We
cool.
just want to go shopping. Our ship's not even functional anymore. At least it can't move anymore. Thanks to a certain paladin.
Cleric.
Paladin cleric, yeah.
He's just a cleric, I think. If I remember right, Malthor's the one who took paladin. Or
Yeah, Malthor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kips.
Malthor's. No. No, I mean, Kips did actually. If we're looking at it that way, Kips did bring the man on the boat, so I can blame Kips. But for the melting of the rock specifically, I can blame Malthor.
That's a fair, decision.
I froze it, but in my opinion, it's better to have giant stab holes than to have everything melted. So
that's fair.
I think I improved the situation. I don't know though.
I
think I'd rather be stabbed to death than burnt alive. I don't know about you, Cyrus.
Neither.
Well, you don't get a choice in the DM's world.
I mean, you do. It's just not one you're gonna want.
Yep.
I forgot about this. Alright, I'm gonna add these two things.
Wait, if it's just us this session, that means all the telepathic stuff can be out loud. Fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Drama time. We never get to because everyone's always loud and talking.
Oh, this is gonna be funny as hell. Okay. Oh, yes. This is perfect. Gods, I tell you, I don't know what I ate today. My stomach is not a happy person right now. Okay, let's see.
What'd you eat?
I had a granola bar, like a protein bar, but I think that was it. Wow, passive of 18. Jesus. Okay.
For who? I'm assuming that's not Zaya. I don't have that high a passive.
Huh?
Cyrus?
Nah, you're good.
What's your passive?
Depends on which passive.
What are all your passive numbers? Because if one of them's an 18, we have an issue.
Oh, I've got a passive 19 for investigation.
Oh, yeah, 17 for insight. Still not
I-
good enough though, Cyrus. The crown's too
I find
powerful.
stuff very well.
Yeah, maybe things you shouldn't. Well, then again, I guess you haven't had as much trouble as Captain, but I also did tell you not to take that suspicious demonic armor that ended up disappearing. Who knows what that was? Staying alive. Staying alive.
You're not wrong. Did I forget?
Not for
Oh.
long.
Oh no, that's right. That's why I did that. Okay, now I remember.
FYI, your Twitch overlay is a different group.
Oh yeah, let me fix that real quick. I always forget to update that as I'm working. Yeah, that's the super high intensity team.
Oh. Why is the title of Surprise Arrives?
Huh? What? I don't know. It's probably left over from my last title. I never know what to write for Wolf's games, so I just write random concepts.
Another D&D session.
Then I just leave it until I upload it to YouTube, and then I edit it as I go. Or maybe I made that one. I don't remember. I guess you'll find out soon enough.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know what to expect. This is unfamiliar territory even for me.
What? Being a solo session?
Basically, yeah, just down to 2 players. At the very least, we always had like 3. I think like what was the smallest amount we've gotten before? Just me, Ven, and like Dulkin, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so there's always been 3 people, even if like one of them didn't talk a whole lot. There's always been like 3. Two's a something. I don't know if it's a party, but it's something. Oh yes, Tiamat, you're my grandmother in another campaign. 69, nice.
AFK 1 second, but I am listening.
Alright.
He's always listening. He's stalking us.
Something like that. Ooh. That's cool.
Does Tiamat exist in your world, DM? just out of curiosity.
Good question.
Hi, I haven't seen her in the lore yet, but.
I know. What the fuck are you?
I don't know who I am.
Alright, I found the monster to kill you with.
Zaya's own fear. Her emotional baggage.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm not. That's the sad part.
Oh, man. Gods. Alright, 1 sec. I'm gonna mute myself as well for a moment.
Guess it's left to me. Maybe I should pull out the pun book. It'll bring my death sure and swiftly. So, you guys watching like jazz?
You are like the most awkward person when no one's here, aren't you?
When I'm just by myself, I don't talk, and I don't like record videos or streams. So I'm not used to talking to myself. I'm either talking to people or I'm dead silent. There's no in between. The
Mm,
most you're gonna hear me do when I'm sitting by myself watching YouTube is cough because I have phlegm problems.
thank you. That was something I needed to know.
I
No
mean,
jazz here.
it's gonna explain why I mute so often because I keep having a heck all up. Welcome back, Cyrus.
Oh, we'll
Thank you.
play Monster Hunter.
The monsters are the ones hunting us.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Actually, that's true in Monster Hunter as well.
Wow, if we need a third person, just bring Bragan on. You know, third character.
I could bring
Sure,
Wolf in if you want. He's more than
I'm
happy to
good.
play a villain for you.
I'm good. I fear him playing a villain because I've seen Zilpip.
Shit, he already kicked your
Cyrus
ass
knows
as the
Zilpip well.
he already
Yep.
kicked your ass as the Order of the Owl.
And I've seen him in my visions, which is a bad sign. So
That's fair.
I'm good.
You sure? You know what? I have a great idea for a D&D encounter today.
Why is it 3 for hit points?
Look at its hit point counter.
1d6. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if this HP is that low, it's got to have the highest AC ever. And it does a shit ton of damage. There's no way it's just low HP and that's it. There's a catch. Probably can't
hit
die.
point-
Probably has like
yeah.
5 lives.
The hit die means it's like a wizard or something like that.
I don't like that. That means it has spells. And it already
Yep.
has horns. I have horns. Hey, I cast magic. Can I be cool too? Can
No,
I sit with the cool kids?
No. Man.
All the other kingdoms are just slowly sliding away.
Wonder how many of these I'm gonna have to add. Let's find out. How many of these things do I think it would take to kill
On the
group?
plus side, if we somehow survive this, maybe we'll just be levels above the group and we can flex on them.
You
Hey
should
Cyrus, do you have Dimension Door prepared just in case?
I do.
Thanks. Okay, good. Shield? Do you got shield still? You cast it last session, that's where we cut off.
Yep.
Do you still have that shield activated?
Well, depending on where we cut off, it's a 6-second
Yeah.
thing
Well, I mean,
or a
my premonition
round.
hits right after the thing, so unless we're skipping over that whole ordeal.
Wow, even 200 of them wouldn't do anything. Alright, let's try this. Alright, we'll do that
Pardon?
one.
Pardon? Well, Cyrus, have you gotten to attune to your trident yet?
My new encounter set up.
Start, but probably not.
Well, are you still attuned to the Vorpal Rapier?
Yes.
Alright, you can finally use it for once before you die. Maybe just go wolf form too, just get it all out there. I want art of Werewolf Cyrus wielding a Vorpal Rapier. It'll be super badass. It's my death wish. Look cool. Can Zaya do one cool thing in combat before she dies? Let's find out. Probably not. Think of it this way, Cyrus. If we manage to kill them, I could try to see if my soul sucking ability works or whatever. Soul harvest time.
Oh man, no comment.
No comment.
I now have an encounter called the 500-man march. I'm very proud of this.
This is just like in Dragon's Gate, where there was a war going on, and we had to flee. And last time that happened, Dibbiz supposedly died. So,
Uh-huh.
and we only escaped because higher level NPCs got us on a boat and we ran away. So Cyrus, our ship's not working. We're gonna have to hijack one.
Yep.
Play the spy theme or whatever. The nearest one to us we exploded, so we're gonna have to find a different one. Because the fire rat sort of took care of that one.
I'm looking up something.
Of course you are.
Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So I did that. Oh, I actually have an encounter set up for this.
How to kill Zaya and Cyrus when they're alone. Basically anything powerful because we're both squishy spellcasters.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I wish we had flying, but you know, all we have is Featherfall, so that's great.
You'll be fine.
You said earlier we're gonna die. Which is it? Are we fine or are we gonna be dead?
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
oh, what's this?
I'm laughing because I'm fear for my life. Ha 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 ha!
What are you? Ooh.
I don't like this. Stop looking at your books and your monsters, please.
I'm not looking at my books. Oh shit. Okay. Hello, Cameron.
Oh, finally, another person.
Well, it depends.
Wait, no, you're just gonna raise the CR. Cameron, leave. Malthor,
It
no.
took me a lot of energy to get in here. Do not tell me just to leave.
No, it's fine. I hope everything's okay.
Cameron, just leave.
No, it takes too much energy to leave after I get here.
What'd
That's
you
fair.
do? Have to like trek over or something? Are you fighting off people? Has the zombie apocalypse
I
started
was in the
yet?
hot sun serving food for 3 days for 9-hour shifts with no breaks. Thank you.
Then go take a
Yeah,
nap.
No, naps are for sleep is for the weak, as Jacksepticeye has taught me.
Alright, I'm making a decision. Sorry, Cameron. He needs
Well.
sleep. He needs to go get his sleep.
CR is back down, Cyrus.
No, it isn't.
Nope. Okay, our one hope. We could have used him as bait, and now he's gone.
Can't.
Why is your-
No. Don't ask. I'm. Things bad.
Cameron,
Says you
go
have
get
his video
some sleep.
icon on, but I don't see anything.
I'll be fine. I got coffee.
I will kick you from the group. Go get some sleep.
You can join halfway through. Malthor just took a long nap. Long rest.
I'll be fine.
Was that like...
I will be fine. I need this to help me unwind and get my anxiety out. So trust me, I will be fine.
Anxiety up? No, go sleep.
Out. Out.
if DM's really planning a bad encounter for us, I don't think it's gonna go down. But
You're not wrong. I am planning something
mean-
really interesting right now.
really, I don't like the choice of words. Because you didn't even say deadly, but that worries me more. What do you mean interesting? What emotional torture? What psychological
I
breaking?
will survive.
Ooh, actually, that
Maybe
just gave
you
me a better
will.
idea. That just gave me a much better idea.
Cameron or me?
Yes. Yes.
I don't take the blame. I pass it off.
That's right, I made this. Oh. You'll be fine.
Excuse me, it is your fault.
I'm the queen. I negate all fault. Royal.
If that's how queens
immunity.
work, there wouldn't have been uprising against the Queen of France.
Well, the Queen of France just gave people cake, and people didn't want cake. People wanted ice cream, so that's her fault.
I just got a great idea.
Cake.
It better have nothing to do with that entire spiel that she said that was so factually inaccurate. It made me want to go just leave.
You can leave anytime.
No one's holding you hostage, Cameron. You're
I
here of
might
your
not
own
even play. I
volition.
might just listen to the insanity.
Okay, well, that's your
You
choice.
could have watched the stream. Just
No, I
Or
can't.
d-
Twitch
or
doesn't
you're
work
here
on my
to-
phone.
Oh, you're here to get your one-liners in as me and Cyrus fumble around.
No, I'll probably mute myself.
Now Cyrus, it's the two of us and one spectator. It is a theater performance. Get ready. Shakespeare ain't got nothing on us. You're gonna be able to see the telepathic link in verbal action.
Oh, you
Well,
want
I mean-
Shakespearean?
Not to be.
Okay.
Oh God, no! Please, they don't need to go Romeo and Julieting on this.
No, I'm thinking more
God.
Hamlet.
I
Oh
haven't
God, that might
seen
be even
Hamlet,
better.
but
Oh no, Hamlet's.
what, Cameron?
well,
No.
I mean, you could just Caesar him. Might not be Shakespearean, but at least it's
Just getting
classic.
repeatedly stabbed.
Mhm.
Hey, can we kill the AFK players? And if so, can Malthor be the first to go?
You're gonna want him to after what he just gave me an idea for.
Cameron! Leave! Go!
I'm muting
Leave
now.
this place. Leave this place.
Oh,
Disgraceful.
that's a fun one. Ooh, I like that.
Cyrus, are you here?
No.
Don't leave Zaya alone. God damn it. Okay, solo session time.
You'll be
Zaya's had a long
fine.
run. She's lived through many a things.
SPG should be good.
I'm gonna tell you what. Evens or odds, Maya?
Pick the right one.
What?
Evens or odds?
Can you use it in a sentence?
Evens or odds?
Thank you. Can I have a context? Country of origin.
All right, I'm making it twice as bad now.
I'm gonna
You
say
had
even.
an option. Now it's 4 times
No.
difficult. All right, we're good.
I make
Okay.
jokes when I'm nervous.
Last time we left off, the party almost died to exploding rats. The queen made friends with Dibus Jr., and that's pretty much the majority of everything. And now, because Maya thought it would be funny, I have decided to mess with them even worse. Thus, we come back to something far worse. As Malthor goes off into his area to study up more, Kip's returning to his little laboratory to begin work on a nuclear device, and Captain retiring for the evening just because he's really just done existing. We come back to Cyrus and Zaya's personal adventure. As the sun has hit about midday, the sky is clear, a warm breeze on the air. Tropical weather really truly suits you, Zaya. Cyrus, it's a little hotter than you're accustomed to in your travels. Your homeland is a little colder typically. Zaya, your vision as you begin to watch as the others kind of retreat to their own little realms, suddenly does smack you almost clearly in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And as this happens, yes?
No, keep going.
And as this happens, Malthor has his own vision, and just seems almost quite disturbed as he comes out to speak to you and explain what was going on. Yes, what is your question?
How long after the meteor rat incident was this? Right after?
About 20 minutes later.
Okay, so by now, the shield thing has ended and Cyrus has let go of Zaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Cyrus, are you looking at Zaya?
Deep
Probably
into
would
her
have
eyes.
been somewhere in the vicinity, yes.
Then you see
Probably studying the
Zaya
trident.
cry out in plain pain, clutch her head, and her legs completely give out from under her, and she collapses on the deck. Ouch,
And-
that was unintentional.
As Zaya takes a moment to explain something to Cyrus, the DM takes a moment to go get food.
I have fallen. That is all.
Cyrus rushes over and checks on her. Zaya, you okay?
Her
happened?
eyes are glazed over, and she's still clutching at her hair. And then I say the vision fades, and Zaya gasps, and how are you holding her up?
Probably the slight, raised up,
Mhm.
holding a little bit. Not close, but like making sure that she's okay.
Then she's gonna like gasp and like try to sit up quickly, and like clutch at your arm. Gods, help us. It's damn it, and she's like clutching at her head still. I had give me a second. I had a premonition again. And yeah, she's like still just breathing heavy, doesn't look good. I don't know. Would it be powerful enough to make her give a nosebleed? I don't know. Maybe.
As the DM returns with his chicken.
Would it, DM? Would this premonition be so powerful Zaya could have gotten like a nosebleed or something?
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh yeah, so Zaya's bleeding from the nose profusely. She hasn't even noticed that yet. She's like looking around frantically, trying to see who's all around.
And all you see is Cyrus and Malthor. That is it.
Tell me, what was it?
It was. I don't even know. It was us. I saw us. There was me. I was there. You were there. Everyone was there. Tikva was there. I saw. I don't even know. An army. I was commanding an army, and there was Zilpip and Azamar and Drow and a Spider Queen, and we were going to battle with him, and there was, I don't know, gods. Was that the War of the Gods your journal told me about?
Maybe you got info in a different way.
What does it mean? It said something. It said something to me. It said, the scales promise success, but will the tiny bird grasp them? What does that mean, Cyrus? And she's like grabbing at your collar. Like, what does that mean? What are the scales?
I don't know. Scales of justice, some scales of balance.
I don't
Who's
know.
the tiny bird?
Me. I guess my name's Ravensong. That's
True.
the only thing I could think of. I don't know. There was a banner in the field. I saw 3 swords, bronze, silver, gold. I don't know what that means. I've never seen that symbol before.
3, you say? 'Cause I had something mentioning 3 red jesters. It's odd that something I found was 3 and you saw something specific that's 3. I don't know. Oh, did we lose Zaya? Come on.
Hello?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Did I cut out?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Where did I cut out?
What did you hear me say?
I didn't hear you respond to anything I said yet.
Okay, so I said 3. You said I had something in the journal entry that showed up that mentioned 3 red jesters.
Red jesters, these are swords. It was like a symbol of a kingdom. I don't know.
It's just weird that 2 things of 3. I don't know. I don't know if they're tied together or.
Cyrus, you know of magic. You know of things. Maybe not as much as Malthor, but do you know anything about silver armor. Silver armor made of scales.
I don't know, DM, would I know anything?
You have heard of people making armor out of dragons, but silver is very rare and very unlikely as metallic dragons don't really exist much.
I mean, if it's made of scales, that's maybe dragon armor, but silver, that's very rare.
I was wearing silver scaled armor, leading
You
an
were.
army of. I can't even fight normally. How am I leading an army? Where was Tenham? Where was any other general? Why was I there? Why? There was. I don't even know. Tabaxi, High Elves, Dwarves. I just made an alliance with the Tabaxi. I know nothing of Dwarves and High Elves. Why was I leading an army? This doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
And
I mean, you're
Zilpip-
queen. Maybe something happens and you start commanding, or we start commanding, or I don't know.
in the middle of a god war, we'll die.
Well, we've interacted and survived from 2 gods so far, although we only fought one of them. Well, Captain started that one and we got away, but
That was an avatar. That was like barely
True.
anything. I don't think we could handle even gods aside. We were fighting Zilpip, and Zilpip had an army of all sorts of things. That the Drow Queen was there. There was Duragar. That is that symbolic or is that literal? Because I really can't tell anymore.
no, I mean, you had the quest, task, whatever you want to call it, from your spirits in the stone or whatever that wanted you to go to the Drow Queen. Were we
Friend
fighting
of-
them in your vision, in your premonition?
There was a horn, and I gave us the army the command to leave, and then everything faded. There was a smoky blackness, and then I heard the voice that whatever the hell that vague statement meant. Scales, tiny bird. I don't know. I don't know. I can't understand any of this. God's
As you're-
ways.
As you two
We
are
can work
sitting
on
there-
it.
Or as you two are chatting about this, you do catch something out of your guys' eye with your passive perceptions. A very old-looking tiefling you see walking with a cane, moving about, and seems to be kind of heading your guys' direction. He's got a very long tail, but it seems to have kind of just drag on the floor. His horns are kind of really awkwardly kind of hooked to the right, almost intertwining into each other. And he has a very long beard that almost drags along the floor alongside his tail. You also notice beside him is a very small looking creature, maybe about roughly a gnome sized, with very bright fur coloring on them. Heading straight your guys' direction.
Do I recognize the tiefling?
You do not. You do see he has silver eyes, he has a pale skin, he doesn't look familiar. You'd guess probably some sort of trader or merchant. It wouldn't be uncommon for a man of his age to be a traveling merchant. And given the fact that the thing beside him is probably a bodyguard from your assumption, you'd pretty much roughly assume that this guy is probably someone of note.
How tall is the creature beside him?
Roughly... Give me a moment. Let me pull that up.
Also, as
Yes.
soon as Zaya sees what looks like someone approaching, she's like quickly sitting up, like getting out of Cyrus's grass lap, whatever. She's like standing up, brushing herself off, trying to wipe the blood off of her face, like acting like none of this happened, basically.
No worries. You'd guess not very tall. You can get a rough estimate to be around between like maybe 3 to 4 feet.
Okay.
And they
And-
both seem to be coming towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of side eye at Cyrus and like with the link say, we can talk about this later.
Sounds good. Let's see who these people are.
Yeah, I'm just sort of standing at the ready, watching them as they approach. No one else is on deck but Malthor.
Yep. He
I'll
seems
I'll
bothered by
just
it in his own right.
well, if he notices like me, I want to like gesture for him to walk over, just to be there
And he
and be
does.
ready.
As the old man comes closer and closer, you finally get a good look at him. He looks like a very old peasant. Not very well taken care of, as he's got scratches and bruises all up and down his arms, different markings on his arms. A bit of a, as you get a better look, his skin is very rough, almost stone-like. When you see it, it's seems to be almost like a disease of some sort. And he just kind of looks up to the ship and goes, "Hey, hey, Queenie, hello."
Pardon, do I know who you are?
Your Highness, you would not. I am just a simple traveling merchant. This is, a friend of mine as well, my local compatriot that's been protecting me. I lost him recently, but I have found him once more. I just figured I'd come over and pay my dues to the Queen of the Tiefling Lands, as he pulls out a little flask and raises it and then takes a large gulp from it, and wish your journey well.
How kind of you. And she's gonna smile as I want to roll insight on this man.
Go ahead.
I do not trust someone just approaching us. Hey Cyrus, you ever want to roll with me? No? Okay.
Nah.
22.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna get a PM? Uh-oh. Can I get a feel if what he's hiding may or may not be malicious or threatening to us?
He doesn't seem malicious or threatening in the slightest. You do notice his muscles are well set up. He's a man who looks like he's lived a rough life. But if he is a
Okay.
merchant of some sort, it's to be expected. Working a ship is not an easy life.
Okay. And
Yes.
does the creature beside him, am I able to see clearly what it is now?
You cannot. It seems to be still cloaked in leather and almost has an unnatural darkness about it.
Okay. Do I get a sense of this man's if he has magical powers to him or if he's just all physical?
You don't see a staff on him, but that
Okay.
really doesn't define much, as you've found in your travels.
No, as a bard, yeah. Well, I thank you. What are you doing traveling through the Tabaxi lands? And she's just gonna strike up polite conversation.
He smiles brightly and goes, "My queen, I'd heard about your coronation, and I'm gonna be honest. I thought the best way to get a good trading contract with any new merchant guilds you should set up was to give you a gift. So I had come here after I'd heard that you had lost your traveling mate, in hopes that I could find something of value. And unfortunately, I am too old to find what I found of value. And figured instead I would pass the information on to yourself and the young strapping men that are with you.
Oh,
Me-
thank you.
There, and I hope that you'll favor me when I return to court, or when you return to court, with a proper merchant license and contract, so that I may do business in the Artnu Kingdom. But I have been on the hunt, as I used to when I was younger, be a monster hunter of my own right, of a very large silver snake. He is very big scales. He is supposed to be the only silver prince that has been seen in the last millennia. And my compatriot here says that his scales would be a very valuable armor. I highly recommend it, but yeah, I would normally gain these for you, but as you can see, I'm well past my age of hunting these days.
As the mention of the scales, Cyrus can see Zaya has like paled considerably. Maybe not noticeable to the stranger, but she is stiffened up and paled.
Yeah, Cyrus through the link will say we need this information from your
Yes.
vision.
And well, that's so kind of you. Yes, I mean, I've not heard much of a Silver Prince. Where would he be at? She's sort of leaning forward a bit as she asks.
Well, my queen, um, wait, when you say you're leaning forward, is it as in like you're listening intently?
A little bit, not super like noticeable. Like, oh, she's very invested, but she's leaning forward a little bit to hear him better.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to seduce the old man. I was about to ask. Okay,
No,
roll for it.
no.
Okay. The old man continues. Well, from what I understand, the thing is one of the queen's pets, her current breeding mate, and is in the central hive. I hear rumor there are even changelings below the central hive that have been blocked up, but none of my business nor my care. Supposedly he can be found there, this giant prince. I will warn, though, from what I have heard from the Grim Legacy traveling, roughly about four or five stories these things are in height. So I would be careful. As one of my compatriots has faced one of these things down, and he said it was not worth his time. So I wish you luck if you decide to hunt it, but it would be a very good value, I imagine.
Yes, of course. Would you or your compatriots know of any weaknesses, anything that would be of use in hunting it down?
Well, from what I understand, they don't like light. Not really good with living above ground, so they stay in the tunnels. And changelings used to hunt them and skewer them. Apparently, yuan tea meat used to taste good to those bastards. So if you can get to those changelings, maybe you can find out more information about what yuan tea are weak to. I have no idea how you take down a 4-story sized snake, but hey, some might.
Indeed. I
Also,
thank you greatly for this information.
my compatriot says that he wishes you great hope in the new hope of the new world. And I wish you the best as he turns around and starts to hobble away with his compatriot.
And hope to you as well, sir. And she'll just like watch him leave quietly.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let me see what my perception bonus is. Okay. Average, please. 16.
You notice this cat. This is a cat that's walking next to this old man. And he's got bright white fur on his tail.
Bright white fur.
Mhm.
Okay.
Otherwise, they continue to walk off.
Okay, Zaya's just kind of watching them go, seeming a little bit contemplative, but otherwise not too much expression on her face.
Okay. After a few moments, they disappear off into the distance.
DM, what would Cyrus know of changelings? Anything? 'Cause I'm assuming they're of this world, not his.
That is correct. He would not have known anything about them.
What
Okay.
would Zaya know? Because I know she traveled with Itu, who was one.
Roll a history check.
All right, I believe my history is also, yep, +4. I'm so smart. Natural 1, 5. I think they could change their shape.
So, changelings are an extinct race and very rare. That's pretty much all you recall.
Yeah. Changelings. Didn't Divis Jr. say your trident? There was changelings, right?
Yeah, and that man's companion, the way he worded the hope part, you'd like great hope and new hope.
Mm.
Wasn't New Hope something that Dibus Jr. mentioned from the past? Some organization?
And Zaya looks a little bit nervous. Yeah, it was a thing of my past, Dibus as well. Obviously, we traveled together for a while. It was an organization of sorts. I thought it had died off, but I guess there's evidence of it still being alive. I
I
suppose.
think he was tied to it, or just happenstance that he worded it that
There,
way.
the organization is it's a sort of, and she's like sort of like thinking clearly, like grasping at straws. They're the higher ups there, and some of the members very much valued their secrecy. So I didn't know everyone in the organization, especially the higher ups, kept to themselves. For all I know, he was a low rank member, maybe, or maybe he was the president. Although I'm not quite sure about that. I was informed later on my grandfather was, who I guess also was a Rakshasa or dead. But besides the point, he could be. There could be new members being recruited. I've not been in contact for some time, and they're a bit harder to contact than most people, you could say.
DM, I'll look towards where I saw it and see if I can get a better look.
You'd roughly estimate it seems to be something about roughly 3 to 4 feet tall, and something glowing red seems to be staring straight at you. You're not sure, it could be a spell of
Oh.
some sort, but it's not moving. It just seems to be watching you off from the distance.
Through the link, I will point it out to Zaya that what I see in which direction. How far away does it seem to be?
You'd guess about a good 180 feet out. It's pretty far out there, but you catch it just because the eye, or the where what you'd guess is supposed to be an eye or a face is glowing red.
See what?
You see, I point out through the link that you see a black or blue, black-haired creature that seems to be watching us.
Do I? No. Okay. I'm gonna like glance over out of the corner of my eye towards where he points it out. Do I see anything?
Give me a perception check.
Of course. Every, please. 14. I should just roll physical dice.
Something bright red is off in the distance and does seem to be in that general direction that you do notice. It's pretty clear something standing there.
Does black and blue hair spark anything in my brain? Do I remember anything about that?
Yeah, that was the color of Dibus.
Wait, and you see Zaya, like, she's now, like, turned and is looking, like, directly at it, like, wide-eyed. And she's, like, leaning towards, like, the edge of the ship just to, like, get closer and see.
Alright.
Through the link, shall we check it out?
Do I see maybe where it would be, like, if it's in,
It
like,
vanishes.
a city, in, like, the...
Where it
I-
was,
Mhm.
is there, I'm assuming, I don't know if it's on a sidewalk, top
It
of
seemed to be
building, whatever it was.
looking at you from a corner of a building, and you just happened to catch it by luck. That with the eye being so
Okay.
bright.
There's no way. There's... No.
Zaya, hang on, and I grab her and dimension door to where he was.
Wait!
As
And we're
you
gone.
two vanish through the door, you find
Poor
Lane.
Malthor.
Yeah, Valthor's completely confused and ignoring everything, making sure there are no more rats on the ship at this point. As you appear where you saw it, there's not. You see a bunch of Tabaxi, of different clans walking about, doing their daily shopping and everything. It is now midday, so you are able to go out and shop and be about.
Mm-hmm.
And you see all that you see there is what looks to be a crossbow bolt laying on the ground.
I'm gonna I'm grabbing onto Cyrus's arm. Like, I assume he had already like grabbed mine or something to teleport me, but I'm gripping it and like glancing around, and through the link I'm like, you can't just teleport here. That that doesn't seem safe. And she's like glancing around, but she's like looking. Does she see any signs of footprints?
Nope.
Any sign of magical? Okay, that. Still through the link, and looking at Cyrus now, that looked like Dibus, but Dibus is dead. So either Dibus is alive and letting his son rule, or something's disguised as him. So I think we should proceed cautiously and maybe give a little warning, please, before we teleport off.
You see Cyrus's face kind of go white a little bit and say, "Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
think that might be a good idea.
What happened?
Let's leave here first." Um,
Okay. Yep, Zaya's ready to go.
and yeah, kind of all through the link, not saying it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he'll first look for a non-magical way to get back, since we're probably not that far away. If
Yeah, you can pretty
doesn't
much
look
walk
good.
straight there.
Yeah, if
Okay.
he doesn't take initiative, Zaya's gonna like grab him by arm, wrist, hand,
Yeah.
whatever, and just start walking forward with purpose.
Okay.
No,
Like, let's go.
He's definitely leaving. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
conserving a spell slot.
Yep. So
Smart
Zaya's
man.
walking not quick enough to draw too much attention, but clearly quick enough to make it seem like she's got places to be and to get out of the way.
Okay. As you begin heading back to the ship, you see Malthor standing there looking kind of confused, a little annoyed that you left him behind. But otherwise, you guys get onto the ship with no issue.
Once we're back to the ship, then still through the link, I heard a voice that says, "Don't follow or she will break," when we were up there.
What did the voice sound like?
I will describe it as best as I can.
You're not 100% sure on how to describe it, as it just sounded as if a venomous rogue was threatening you.
Just kind of nondescript. And I assume, was that mental or
Yes.
yeah?
Oh, did that break our link then?
Mm-hmm. For a
Yeah.
moment.
Okay. Yeah, so I felt that.
Yeah.
Did
So I don't know who it was. Maybe it was who was watching us. I just felt we should probably not pursue that right now.
we need to do things here. We need to get the ship running. I have an alliance assigned, but once we're done with that, we should leave soon. Cause whoever that is watching us, I don't feel good about it. And if New Hope's up and running, other things are gonna be up and running. And that leads to even more danger for us to deal with. Nothing surprising, I suppose. Malthor, are you
Okay.
going to be staying here?
Malthor suddenly kind of walks over to you, holding a bronze sword in his hands. It's a normal long sword. It seems to be a training sword as it's blunted. And as you look down at it, inscribed in the little rivulet, the bloodstream area, can never remember the name of it, is vengeance for the boar. And as Malthor just kind of points to where he found it, sitting on the stairs of the ship, going up to where the wheel is, he doesn't seem to understand where it came from. It just appeared.
Zaya is like, is he holding it out to her?
Yeah, he's showing.
Or like
Malthor's showing you.
Zaya is backing up and she's looking around, like nervously again, like head whipping, like not even trying to be subtle about it. She's like just trying to catch sight of anything.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna roll real dice. This is real dice time. Physical dice time. I'm not.
Wanted a peaceful shopping situation. Shrugs, stowing
Yep.
it into Chester's chest. All right. It's non-magical to make that clear, Malthor. It's literally just a piece of copper
That's
or bronze.
so. I was one off from a natural 20, but instead I got a 12.
Okay. All right. As you look about, off in the distance, you see a small green dragon kind of walking about on a leash, being walked around by an old man in a black cloak. You pretty much figured out who that is pretty quickly. You see Tabaxi walking about, doing their daily business, shopping, joking around the calls of fishermen, yelling about their latest catch of the day. Peddlers walking around with carts of goods, a couple of storefronts opening up, windows smacking against walls. Overall, nothing catches your eye other than that that's significant.
Cyrus,
Yes.
how good are you at spotting illusions or magics that can hide things?
As long as I can handle it and look at it, I can figure it out pretty well.
Check out that sword and try to see if you knew where it came from. And Zaya's like still keeping a lookout and is like, we need to do whatever we're doing fast.
Yeah, if Malthor offers it, I will just take it and just do a basic investigation on it, see if I can find anything else.
Yeah, roll investigation. Now, I assume Malthor would just take it back out of Chester and just show it to you again. So,
Why did it not roll
Here's
there?
my sword.
making the boar pun. Please, no boar pun.
Second.
You're good.
Try that again. Investigation. There we are. 27.
Wow.
Roll more often.
What did I get? 18. Wow.
Okay. So as you look it up and down, you noticed paw prints on the end of it, but this is a solid piece of bronze. You also notice that there is a piece of fur on there, or a hair rather, that is a bit of a shade of black and blue at the root.
Same color
Cyrus?
Yep.
as what? Okay.
Does Cyrus point it out?
Yes, he does. He'll.
Zaya looks even more worried. And she's like still glancing around and is like, we need to do things. We need to get the teleportation circle, sign the alliance, and then get our ship in repair. We need to find Tibbs Jr. Maybe he has someone who can help. I don't think we should stay here. We're sitting ducks. And like she's obviously got like an urgent tone to her voice, and she's still like grabbing at your arm, like, let's go.
I think we should try to get out of here as soon as possible too. But I mean, the state of the ship. I'm assuming it's going to take a day or two, maybe more. I have no idea. I don't really work with ships.
Do you have anything that could protect us? A spell? Anything?
I mean, shield and dimension door are my two go-tos for that type of thing. One to
Then-
protect and one to get away.
When we need to get off the boat, Dibbis Jr. said he'd send the alliance paper here, but if we need the ship repaired, we might as well try to see if we can get a hold of him. I'm sure he'll have servants or something that could help. And then the teleportation circle, we need that, or we'll never get back here in time.
Need that, and I need to see if I can find a shop that will have some spells and see if I can maybe
Yes,
get a
we
few
just
more useful.
need to be quick and
things.
careful. Malthor, will you be joining us? I'd feel better
Malthor
knowing you're
begins
here.
working on the ship and kind of ignores you, heading down to the bottom, pulling the giant pieces of copper out of the ship and doing all he can to mend it.
Yeah, it's probably
Maybe-
best. He's got the skills to maybe help speed this process up.
Then let's find the stores and then find Divis Jr. and get the teleportation circle. Just be careful, please. No going towards mysterious things. Cyrus?
Yes, I will.
Suddenly,
know
Chester
you-
starts heading upstairs and sits next to Zaya.
I'll pet Chester's head just like absent-mindedly. We just need to be careful and quick and speedy, and honestly, if we weren't shopping, I'd make us go invisible, but we're gonna just have to make do.
Hopefully, being in town will be safer.
I don't know about that, but
I didn't say safe. I just said safer.
maybe we wouldn't be stuck on a sitting duck ship at least, although our party
It's got
members are
some
here.
really nice bronze spikes on it though right now. Trying to lighten the mood, basically.
Yeah, Zaya's kind of giving you a side eye, like, nice attempt, but maybe now's not the time, and it's just gonna well, is the bronze sword put away now?
Yeah. Malthor would have
She's just
taken it,
gonna-
put it back.
Yeah, she's just gonna sigh and be like, well, let's go then. Do you have a shopping list? You said you had a spell list you were gonna write earlier. And let's
Alright.
just go. And she'll like gesture for Chester to follow. Gesture for Chester.
It's in the chest on Chester's back. Always was I. Got it. Alright, as you guys head down off the ship, Chester leaping from the top down to the ground. Heading into town, you see a small little market area where you see other people of different races, elves, dwarves, gnomes, the occasional genocide just kind of walking about. Just a general conglomeration of outsiders to the kingdom, all going about their business. You do eventually catch your eye of what you assume to be a wizard shop, as it's got a giant purple pointed hat with stars on it, and it says Wizards Emporium on it.
Nice. I will go in, or yeah, I'll lead us in.
Yeah.
Alright, as you
Yeah, I'll
guys head
follow.
straight in, you see in there a face you've never met, but Zaya has, well, a face Zaya recognizes. A very skinny version of Tenem and a much taller version of Tenem is standing in there with a black talon around his neck on a necklace, and he just kind of smiles looking at you two and goes, "Ah, the queen of the tieflings and her loyal bodyguard of House Galadron. I am Zarius of the House Zarius. How do you do?"
Hello, Zarius. I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Wait a second.
As you get a better look at this man, I mean, he's a dwarf. He looks pretty tall for a dwarf, coming in at about 5'1". Not very big built, but kind of a leaner, muscular design. His beard is very short, and he looks kind of, you'd guess, pretty young for a dwarf overall. You're not familiar, Cyrus, with the dwarves of these lands, but you're assuming with a shorter beard, given the dwarves you've dealt with, that he's probably a younger gentleman. And he just looks at you and goes, "So, I got stuff for you. You want tea poisoning? I got a crystal giant corpse in here too. One Zilpip even managed to kill down the smallest dragon. It's on sale if you're interested. I managed to revive the corpse, but unfortunately, the lobotomy something. There was a guy named Blue. It's a whole situation. Anyways, how may I help you?"
Do I recognize this man, his name? You said I recognize his face. Does the name ring a bell?
House Zarius is Tenem's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, didn't know that. Okay.
And this looks like
Alright.
this looks like a younger version of Tenem with a lot less weight to him.
Okay, like identical or like similar?
Very similar. Same color beard, same color hair. The only difference is he doesn't have the paunch that Tenem had.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
like a sibling or something.
Maybe your son. Yes, we're interested in well, I'm looking for some items. My compatriot here is looking for some spells. I'm not sure what you have available here.
As Chester begins to look uncomfortable. I have spells. I have Yuan Ti corpses. I have changeling corpses. Lots of corpses in general from my travels. Even managed to catch up a snow dwarf. Yeah, hard those things are to dig up. I tell you, Dimflame was a nice kid for letting me keep one. He starts rooting through. I got teeth. I got spells, scrolls. I've got bat packs. What? Yes, ma'am.
Well, first I'd be interested in some healing potions or items of healing use if you have them. But do you have books on those creatures? The Yuan Ti, the changelings. Do you have any information on those?
Oh, I have information on everything. I've traveled. I've been chased by a prince, in fact. When I was traveling with the Grim
silver one?
Legacy. Yes, ma'am. Why do you ask?
I'm interested in that silver prince. A fun fact: I was just given useful information of it by a good merchant. I was told he's in the Central Hive in the Yuan-Ti lands and quite a formidable foe. I'm looking for information to perhaps hunt him down.
Well, you're not wrong, Your Highness. He did chase me and Zilpip and the rest of Grim Legacy out of the Uwanti lands after we got teleported there by a red dragon. It was a situation in itself. I tell you, I have never seen a gnome run that fast, especially a paralyzed gnome. As far as I know, the thing likes to eat people, and it burrows big holes. It's not hard to follow or track. As far as where it's about, I don't know. And as far as what it's weak to, I can tell you, you get inside it, blow it up with a fireball, that should probably do it. But the outside is pretty much immune to magic from what I was able to gather. Also, it's poison. And he pulls out, suddenly just pulls out this giant stone wheel that he's like barely lifting up as Chester barks. He goes, "You see this stone wheel?" And as you look, there's like melted stone, and this looks to be a granite wheel. This was a drop of its venom that hit the wheel. We lost the cart. I lost 20 men. I tell you, that was an expensive evening. And he sets it back down. God, I am not my brother. Damn, these things are heavy. Healing potions. I've got what you're looking for. Giant's dick. No. I've got something from a mimic. No. Here it is as he pulls out. I've got healing potions aplenty. What are you looking for? Greater, superior, lesser, randomized? I do have a troll's tongue.
Preferably the higher end ones, although I'd like to know the prices before I make any purchases, of course.
Ah, well, you look like a nice young lady. You are royalty given the way you talk. Let me think as he's looking through.
Did he say aren't or are?
R.
Okay, I thought he said aren't.
Let's see, I've got a potion of supreme healing. I would sell that to you for, I don't know. One platinum piece. I think that'd be fair. I got about 10 or so potions of healing. I'll sell you them for a total of 50 gold pieces. I think that's fair. That's pretty much all I got, really.
Okay, and do all these prices obviously seem fair?
Give me God, that's a good question.
Yep. Do I know anything about merchant stuff at this point to know what's a good and what's not a good deal?
Why don't you give me an insight to see if he's giving you a legit deal? Chester starts looking at the books if there are any. There are plenty up on the top shelves.
Yeah, I'll want to look there as well. Okay, Avray, don't do me bad. Okay, 18.
He seems to be charging a slight premium, but it's not uncommon for a merchant to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're guessing maybe he's a few gold pieces off, but you're not. He doesn't seem like he's trying to rip you off outright.
No, yeah, it's royalty probably. That makes sense. Does it seem like, I guess, I'm assuming he, like, put them on display. Do they seem high quality? Like,
oh, yeah.
good made, or, like...
Yes,
okay.
and house
they're
of
the real deal.
Zarius is very well known, even to people with a history of one, to be fair, legitimate merchants. They don't cheat their customers. They are known for procuring some of the rarest materials you can find out there.
Okay. Yes!
Okay, well then that'll be 1 platinum, 50 gold pieces, and I'll give you, I'll add that up to you, as he hands you over the 10 superior potions, and the 1, supreme,
right.
as I'm loading your character sheet in a moment.
How much did that all cost in total?
1 platinum, 50 gold. Which should be updating here in a moment.
Alright.
All right, and then there you go. So now you can refresh, and you should have it in your character sheet. He looks at you and goes, "I have a young man, as he looks to Cyrus. I have a staff of healing. You look like the type who likes magic. How would you like one?"
I think I'm good for staffs right now, but I'm more interested in what spells you might have available. I'm kind of got a short to medium list of ones that I'm looking for. I can list them off and see if you might have them, or...
Let me look in my inventory. Give me a moment. Let's see. I've got some. Let's see. I've got some 3rd level spell scrolls. I've got a 9th level, but I don't recommend that one. One of my customers blew himself up with it. I tell you, that was a hell of a day. I launched a meteor on his mother's wedding. Whoa. I tell you, I did not get my refund. So I got 3 3rd levels, a couple cantrip ones. I think I have a 5th level somewhere around here. All right, no worries. I'll take that into account in a sec, Malthor. What are you looking for, boy? What's your flavor?
Well, I'm looking for 3rd level spells, Leomund's Tiny Hut. Potentially slow. Remove curse, non-detection. For a 5th level, I am looking for a interesting spell called Steel Wind Strike.
Okay.
I don't know if you might happen to have that one as your 5th level. That would be.
Well, I haven't
Very
opened
fun
them, I'll be
spell.
honest. This is for the customer's eyes only. I'll tell you what. I'll sell you 3 3rd levels and 1 5th level. Let's make it 100 gold pieces.
That'll do.
Alright, I'll go ahead and he starts pulling them out. I said 3, and then I said 1 5th level. Would you like the 9th level? I'll sell it to you for 1,000 gold pieces if you're interested.
Sure.
Alright,
I'll
young
take
man. Best of luck with that. If it blows you up, I am not insured. Let's see. He starts looking through his gear. For the puppy there. Let's see. Do we have any books? I have books on tieflings, dragonborn. I've got something about how to kill a gnome with white hair. Where did I get that book? I don't recall. Anyways, let's see. I've got Troll's Tongue in a book. Funny enough, if you preserve that with a little bit of crystal dragonborn, no, what am I thinking? Crystal giant dung, it seems to preserve it very well. Let's see. As he starts flipping through books, I've got the Tale of the what is this? Helm Shapers? Yep. That's probably useless to you. Let me see. I've got something about the tale of Calfell. There's a fun story. I tell you, you should have seen what that man did to a demon. He starts flipping through his books. What are you looking for, Puppo? Let's see. What do you got? What do you want? Give Malthor a chance to type.
What was my total, DM?
It
So far, at
was
least.
for the scrolls.
Yep.
So 1,000 gold for the for the 9th level. I think it was like a 200 total for the others.
Okay.
I believe. It takes the book on the gnome and anything on Narmak, forging medicine, investing money. Investing money. I've got the perfect thing for Black Talon's financial recommendations. That'll be 5 gold pieces for the thing on the gnome. About 50 gold pieces, I'll say. Does that work for you?
Does the dog have money?
The dog's carrying all of Malthor's gear.
Oh yeah, the chest. Does he
Yep.
need help getting it out?
That is the question. Shakes the chest open and showing 100 gold. All right, yes, all right. And he shoves the books in. Good doing business with you. And if you'll excuse me for a moment, I must make sure to speak to my wife as she is with my 5th child of the year. I am ecstatic, thank you. And he turns around and heads back, and the DM runs to the restroom.
Okay. Okay. As he moves off, Saya's gonna kind of glance over at Cyrus, and then you feel her. You hear her going through her coin pouch, and then you feel her pushing a small coin pouch, well, small relatively, into your hand, and she doesn't say anything, but she's offering you 1,000 gold to refund the spell.
Yeah, he takes it. We'll figure out how much is in it afterwards.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just feels a fairly hefty bag, and Zaya says nothing. So there you go. Generosity from the queen.
Through the link says thank you. You didn't have to, but thank you.
I owe you more. And she's just standing there. Are you watching The Merchant or Zaya?
Yeah, he's probably watching The Merchant yet.
Okay.
As the guy comes back into the shop, he goes, by the way, Queen Zaya Ravensong, correct?
Yes.
I have something of offer for you. Would you be
All
interested?
right. May I ask what it is?
It's a sensitive subject, one that I know you cannot share with my brother.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second, DM?
Okay, he looks at you and goes, it's a sensitive subject, one that you cannot share with my brother. Did I cut out again?
Oh.
Okay.
You're good. Cutting out a little bit, but I heard that part. Yes. And she's kind of looking at like Cyrus, like, is he allowed to join me as well? I would feel more comfortable.
I do not care who you bring along. It is, why don't you slide a platinum piece over here and I will make sure that you get what you will need.
Can I insight that? Make sure he's not doing anything too sus?
Sure.
Because I know last time there was like a merchant who offered me to go look at a spear. It didn't end so well.
Never forget.
Never forget. I remember more than I think. Oh, that fell out of the dice box. Rolling again. Oh, that's a good roll. Let's see. 23.
And you're trying to see if he's being suspicious?
Yeah, trying to see like if he's inviting us back with like the intention to give us information. If it seems like he might, I don't know, jump us, trap us, do anything.
It looks like his intentions are good.
Okay. So she's gonna kind of glance at Cyrus and through the link ask, "Do you think we should? I mean, we just got valuable information before.
I think so. Maybe it'll be
Just
more good information.
be ready to take us back to the ship."
He
And
looks at you and goes, pardon me, I'm yeah, I can read your thoughts. Sorry, don't mean to intrude here, but, yeah.
Wait, he could read the telepathic? Okay. Zaya looks a little bit surprised. It's like, apologies, we'd like to be cautious.
You're fine, trust me. I'm one of the Queen's men, I get it. Anyways, if
Yeah,
you're interested.
Of course. And I'm sliding a platinum over, kind of glancing at Cyrus, like with like someone who just got like caught in an act kind of thing, but nothing too bad. Like, yes, I'd love to hear what you have.
He kind of side glances at Cyrus and says, "Also, I can see what's going on in your brain, buddy. Might want to gain some status first." As he kind of turns and takes the platinum piece and opens the curtain.
What did he mean by that, Cyrus? She's like glancing over at Cyrus curiously.
I don't know.
You don't know.
If you will, my lady, would you please? As he kind of ushers you through.
Right. And she'll gesture for Cyrus to join, and I guess, yeah.
Chester follows. All right, as you walk into the back room, you see a bunch of iron cages. They're all shut, differing shapes and sizes. And you see someone that looks very familiar to you. You see a very broad woman, very strong, large shoulders, biceps, about, fairly big. This is a woman who looks almost like she's a bodybuilder by your guess. Human, short cropped brown hair, and just angry. And she is sitting there, staring at you.
Do I recognize this woman?
You do.
Hmm.
Allow me a moment of your ear.
Okay. Hmm. Oh. So yeah, Zaya looks surprised. Cyrus, you can say she's surprised. And she's like kind of looking at Zarius for like an answer, an explanation.
Well, she paid me well, and the guarantee that I would bring her to you, and the exchange that she would gain her freedom by serving you. Uh, Plus she serves a white dragon. I don't know. I'll be honest, she just handed me some gold, and I said yes. That's the sadness of House Darius. Are you interested or not? Because if not, I'm sending the cage back. As is.
Where'd you?
Yes, ma'am?
She wants to serve me how? And she's like eyeing the woman.
Well, her tongue's been cut out. I'm not gonna lie. Tenem wasn't a big fan of hers. Well, she wants vengeance on Tenem. And so this is your chance to gain a very powerful asset. If not, that's fine. I have another buyer that's interested in her. A little blue and black furred bastard that I'd met on my travels. Meanest man I've ever met, but you know how tabaxi are these days.
And she's gonna kind of look at Aaron, and she wants to. I want to try to like insight to see if it seems like she wants to join us, or if she joins us, she's just gonna cut our throats.
That's a fair thing to think.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. 23.
Chester barks and looks at Aaron in the eyes. You see that Aaron's eyes are her traditional brown eyes. Well, you also realize, Chester, it's a woman. Most people don't realize that with Aaron when they first see her. I mean, you see complete and utter truthfulness to her eyes. She seems just generally angry. So, you know, it's this pure unadulterated anger sitting right there.
Saya's gonna like look her over, see the genuineness in her eyes, kind of relax a little, look over and be like, I'll take you up on the offer. And
good. I'll have her shipped to your ship before you leave. I will have it done through magic because I don't want her being brought out in the streets, because if Tenem is here or any of his spies are here, we're both going to die.
what does he have against her?
Her
If I may
or you?
Either.
Well, her in this case. And he looks to Cyrus and gives up kind of a broad smile. You're a Nord, right?
Yes.
Good. So you understand how nobility works. Imagine this, if you will. My young compatriots, you take over a kingdom, build it up, make it a success, and then you slaughter innocent people. How do you think people are going to react to you?
Badly.
Yes.
There you go. What happens when they react badly to you in Nordlands there, young man?
Usually not good things.
You would be correct. Guillotine is the favored thing in the north. So, she's not well loved, and her children were stolen from her by Tenem and given to him or taken under his wing as his heirs. They think they're half dwarves. They're not. And I refuse to call them kin. Oh, monsters. One of them has magic of that's terrifying. I thought Rakshasa were scary. You should see these little bastards. One of them likes to torture rabbits. The things I've seen him do. Anyways, yes, as I was mentioning, she will be sent to your quarters, your ship, whatever, by the end of the night. I will inform the other buyer that she is no longer for sale.
All right. And then how much had he told me for her? Was it 500 gold?
Nope. He
Oh,
didn't
nope.
put a price on her.
Oh, okay. Thank you for this.
Oh, also, I was given a message. What was it? And he looks down. A new hope rises, as he pulls out this piece of paper and flips over and reads it. It's got a paw print on it. Whatever. And he tears it up. Anyways, that's all I was paid to do. You are welcome to continue to shop. I wish you the best of luck, and I will have Her Highness, as he kind of points over to Aeron, shipped to you immediately.
Thank you.
And if you will, can you go and head out the back? He'd probably be a little less suspicious.
Yes,
I have one
yes.
more thing for you, Zarius.
Yes.
Do you by chance have any books or instructions on capturing souls into gems?
Well, I know there's a giant dick that can do it in Dragon's Gate.
The Moby.
And he just looks at you deadpanned.
Yeah, sorry, player laughing, not Cyrus. um. Okay, thank you, because I'm
Uh,
thinking I might need to figure the process out.
one more thing from me as well before we head out. I know we've got potions of healing. Do you have anything that could give poison resistance? Potions of poison resistance, perhaps.
Young lady, you're intelligent. I like you. If I had a child, I would have them married off to you. Let me look.
Damn it.
Let me see. Do I have? You know, I've got a poisoner's kit, potion of poison resistance. You probably don't want that.
Uh, Potion of poison resistance would be nice.
Oh, see, truly? Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Here, I've got 5 of them. On the house. You're taking a good thing
Yeah.
off of my books.
I thank you for your kindness.
Yeah, enjoy those. And if you do die, make sure to please have one of your friends bring them back. I will purchase them for half off.
Of course. And I have a question. Do you do the brewing of the potions here yourself or are involved in the business?
And he kind of moves a drape from another side room. I do actually run most of the potions myself. Potions don't hold up very long out here, and unfortunately in my
Wonderful.
travels, I don't find many. Those potions specifically were designed around the concept of Yuan tea, so you should be alright. I like to collect Yuan tea
Yes.
poison anytime I get. You'd be amazed on
I
how milking them can be so difficult.
I imagine. I have a kind of peculiar request or a question of perhaps imbuing a spell into a potion. Specifically, would you know of anyone who could make me a resurrection potion, a true resurrection potion?
Actually, no, those things are almost impeccably rare. You'd need like a really high wizard to do that. I mean, I'm talking about legendary level. I mean, like I don't even think Zilpip himself could have made something like that.
Wonderful. Thank you. Just, of course, looking for anything that could help in that regard. But I imagine they're very, very rare and
Chester
limited
begins
stock.
to start barking
Chester,
as he is
what
looking
are
towards a back window.
Saya's glancing over and she's ready
Nothing-
to grab her sword, but she's not
Nothing
grabbing
seems
it.
to be there.
I think we should take our leave, perhaps. Cyrus,
Yes.
I thank you
One,
for your
I
help.
thought of one other thing before we leave, and we'll make our way. I've heard of a item that actually helps.
I do
Give
not
tenfold-
sell the Moby anymore. I made that clear to the last buyer. We don't sell those. That was a one-time deal.
No, that's not what I'm wondering. It's like an amulet type of a thing that actually protects against poison. Periapt of, I don't know, something poison or something like that, if I remember right.
I mean, I got peculiar potion of poison. I got something about. I think I know a tattoo artist I could probably bring in here that could do poison absorption. I don't got no amulets, so that'd be probably the guy down the street.
Maybe we can
Oh,
check
right.
out that guy.
Let's
Yeah,
make it.
he's
quick, I suppose.
rather mean to Baxi. We'll warn. He can be aggressive, and well, last time it cost someone their life to deal with him. So forewarning. As Chester begins to walk to the back door and starts scratching at it.
You're right.
I'll just ask him quick, like a name or a shop name or something of this guy.
So you're gonna want to go down 3 alleyways. You're gonna see a dude and the 4th one who's gonna be cutting probably something down below on a man. Usually to deal with warts. It's a long story. And then behind that man there's a door. It's a brown door, or is it blue? It's a door. And he looks and he goes, and you knock on it 3. Was it 6? And he looks up at first. I can't recall. I know if you knock on it, either 6 or 3, he'll kill you or he'll let you in. It depends. And there you can get usually anything of a little bit rarer grade. I will warn, however, he's not a fan of anything non-tabaxi. He really doesn't like most women. Last I heard, he tried to cut down some poor woman who, well, yeah, there's a story there.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. I think your queen should be alright, though. Anyways, can you get your dog to stop scratching on the back door? It's starting to attract attention.
Yes. Apologies. We'll be heading out right away. Chester. And she said to leave through the back door, so she'll head towards the back door to leave.
Okay. As you go to open the back door, you see, it opens up to another street, and as you see that there are more tabaxi walking about, Chester kind of gives you a glance, looking somewhat annoyed as a dog can. And Chester, you pick up the scent of something very familiar to you. As you guys, or as the humanoids start to walk out, and the door slams shut. Yes.
As we're walking through the streets, Zaya's gonna take a glance around. I guess Cyrus is probably gonna be heading towards the shop. Zaya's gonna use the link and kind of speak to Cyrus, not looking at him. She's obviously looking around, but she's talking to him. If you're interested in collecting souls, I may be able to help.
Oh, okay. And I don't
was,
think I want to go to that shop he talked about. I think that might not go well.
I would like to not die, if I'm being honest. It's a little late for me to just choose to keel over. But I do think we should perhaps still look around. If not, I still need to sign that alliance with Tibbs Jr. I'd like to stop by a library before we go and get some information on something.
Yeah, we could. I'm sure there's one here.
By chance, what's your AC, Cyrus?
20.
20? Cyrus, as you're kind of walking, and as Zaya's talking to you, something kind of thumps into your back and falls to the ground.
I spin around and look and see
Yeah,
if I
Zaya
can see where it
hears
came
that.
from.
She's also spinning around.
As you look down, there's a dagger with what looks to be a strange colored fluid on it of green mixture.
I look behind where we were and see if I can see where it might have originated.
Well, as you look behind you, you see the shop that you guys exited, where Zarius is kind of looks like he's cutting some grass out of the way, moving it aside with another dagger. You notice, and otherwise there doesn't seem to be anybody else active on that portion of the street. You don't see anybody on the roofs. You don't see anybody moving about. Nothing catches your attention.
Does Zaya see the dagger? Like, did she hear this?
I mean, it was a good thud. So,
if she sees it, she's gonna eye it, and I want to do like an Arcana check on it if I can, sense what magic it might have.
Okay.
And if it doesn't seem cursed, I want to attempt to pick it up, but I'm gonna check it. 16 for Arcana.
Okay. It's not cursed.
Zaya
It's not
will
magical.
pick it up and inspect it and kind of look at Cyrus and be like, we need to get out of open areas. But like she wants to look it over, see what it is.
It's a simple iron dagger from what you can tell. As you look it over, you see that the green fluid seems to smell kind of foul. You've smelled this once before in your experience. This is something to do with goblin. Chester kind of grabs Zaya's clothing as she's looking at this and starts to pull you towards the alleyway beside Zarius' shop, though.
Okay, I'm handing the dagger over to Cyrus once I've inspected, but I'm like gonna stop and try to resist Chester and be like, Chester, what are you doing? as I'm keeping kind of a hand near the hilt of my sword, because I have a strong feeling whoever just tried to stab us was probably around here. But I'll look up towards the alley he's pulling me at.
Cyrus, what's your passive perception?
It's only 13.
Pulling me.
13. All right, as you're looking in the same direction, it's pretty clear. You suddenly see a figure standing on Zaya's shoulder. A very dark figure, as it looks to have a tail that swishes back and forth of blue and black fur. It's roughly about 3 to 4 feet tall. It's kind of hard to tell given the stature. Zaya has not yet noticed.
Or felt it?
Nope.
I will, because at this point I'm wearing the other armor of the armor of creation.
Mm-hmm.
I will summon rapier.
Okay.
And say Zaya, and kind of point with the rapier towards her shoulder.
I was looking at the alley I'm being pulled towards while trying to resist the dog, but I'll glance over and I'll follow where the rapier points.
And as you glance, Cyrus and Zaya, nothing is there now, suddenly.
Cyrus? What are you pointing at? And she looks a little nervous.
I think we're being followed by whatever it was that we saw earlier. This blue and black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, blue and black
Why
furred.
were you pointing at my shoulder?
It was standing on your shoulder.
Danny, I would have felt it.
I would have thought so.
Has to be an illusion or something. And as I'm doing that, I'm like glancing around, seeing if I can detect any sort of illusion magic on me now. If it apparently touched my shoulder or
Go
was
ahead,
on
roll
it.
Arcana.
Yeah, I don't know. I look very nervous, and I'm trying to. If Chester's still pulling me towards the alley, I'm still resisting. So you better not tear my clothes. That is a 13. Not good.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Great. Yeah, Zaya's also gonna shuffle closer towards Cyrus. For protection.
All right. As you kind of look about at your shoulder, you don't sense any magic.
Okay, I feel like we're being toyed with. If this thing is real, I should have felt it on my shoulder. So clearly it's magical, fake. Either way, something just tried to attack you and we're being followed, so I feel like we should hurry up. Be quick, be alert. We need eyes on our backs. And you should have the spell you used earlier, shield, you should have that ready. Whatever that is on the dagger seems poisonous. What? No, Chester! Chester, come back here! What does that mean?
All
Zaya's
right.
jumping
Chester
away.
runs away. Okay.
Zaya whirls around. She's kind of pulling her sword out, and you see Cyrus. Her tail is lashing. She looks panicked. She's frantically looking around. Does that break the link for a second? I assume.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Seeing Zaya do that, Cyrus will do something similar, but do the get her in the back-to-back type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And pull the Vorpal rapier.
Yes, she's got her elf, not fully pulled out, but she's half pulled out at the ready. I don't know who else is all around because she doesn't want to draw too much attention, but she's
Tabaxi kind of milling about, but not many people in this area.
Yep. So Zaya's
we've got company.
Yeah, Zaya's gonna using the link kind of look at Cyrus and be like, I just heard a voice.
Did I?
What did you hear?
It's a cone. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
responding to what it just said, I will actually push backwards into Zaya to have her move, and I basically want to fall backwards and pulse wave up into the air.
Oh, so Zaya stumbles forward.
As
Cyrus,
you
what?
do that, suddenly you both feel something slam onto your head.
Ouch.
As something roughly about 100 pounds just smacks into you, very fluffy, and rolls over, landing on Chester. And it's basically
Zaya's
wearing a full dark black cloak with its hood pulled over its head, but even with the darkness around its face, you can still see there's something red on its left eye. Or where its left eye should
Zaya's
be.
jumping up and pointing a blade at it, and she's got like a hand for casting at the ready, and she's like, "Who are you?"
And Cyrus will try to grab his cloak or grab its cloak
Okay.
to help restrain it.
Yeah, like flank it.
As he looks up
Cyrus is just...
at you and smiles with the biggest smile, pulling his kind of shifting his hood back, using Chester's body by rubbing him awkwardly. Yes, Chester, this does not smell familiar to you whatsoever. You see a red-eyed, black and blue Fellas who looks rather wounded, and he has the biggest smile on his face.
Who are you?
He belches loudly.
Zaya, do you
Davis?
recognize him?
That's
This-
all she asks. She's looking at the man. She asks. That's what she asks. Dimbus with a question mark.
He kind of looks at Cyrus and kind of points down to his pant leg and kind of waits to see if Cyrus does anything.
He'll look.
And he kind of puts his hand slowly down towards the pocket, moving very attentively, and pulls out a crossbow bolt and kind of sets it on his lap. And just a smile on his face.
Does this look like Dimbus?
This looks identical to Dibus, even down to the red eye, although he's got both arms.
I've been told twice now that Dimbus has died. So if you're someone playing a cruel joke, I'm not a fan of it.
You'd be dead by now, he smiles. And yes, I was dead. Twice over. Some stupid paladin gave my son a true resurrection potion as he kind of stretches out on Chester, rubbing his back against him. Gods, I hate gnomes. I don't know what he did to me, but that was painful. I got my eye. The only thing I didn't get back was my eye from that damn potion.
Saya, can I incite him to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure.
I wanna see how truthful he is, or if he's a big fat liar. That's not the best roll. 15. I'm gonna switch back to Every.
He seems to be telling the truth.
It looks just like Dibbus.
Yeah. Down to
Saya's
the cyborg eye.
gonna crouch down. She has a blade in one hand, but she's like holding it out, and she's gonna hug Dibbus in one arm tightly.
As she does that, he kind of whispers into her ear. So, about the boar.
She's gonna pull back. She's a little teary-eyed, but she's like holding the tears in, trying not to let them be seen. Yes, I got the sword. What about the boar?
Sword? What sword?
There was a sword on my steps. It said, "Revenge for the boar." It was bronze. Was that not yours?
I mean, I've been following you around, but no? By the way, he looks up at Cyrus. You are the worst bodyguard.
He's not supposed to be my guard. My royal guard decided to stay back at our ship, and she's like eyeing Chester. He left his companion, but I'm afraid his companion can't really talk to us.
Had a slight problem with some rats.
And
Oh,
a
no, you
crazy
found-
tabaxi.
You found Rat
Yep.
Doctor, huh?
One of my
yeah, you're familiar.
companions on the ship made the mistake of asking him to come aboard our ship without asking me. So
Oh, did you
yes,
find?
we've been
Did you find the big rat? His name's George. He's about the
No.
size, and he looks down at Chester. About his size.
we found
Wait,
one
there's
named
a
Frederick and
big
Rose.
rat?
So what do
Yeah.
you mean, George?
George, he's well known around the kingdom. So Rat Doctor decided to craft a rat that could cast magic of his own right. We call him Rat King, or Rat King George. Last time I heard he was in the Dwarven lands, but apparently he was recaptured and brought here. It's a long story.
Well,
But by the
that's
way,
just great.
I apologize for smelling you. He looks at Cyrus. You reek of desperation, my friend.
What can I ask you? What's I assume I know what the New Hope has risen thing. Can I ask what you meant by And she's like thinks for a second. Are you his? Is that implying something?
That wasn't me. He looks at you kind of confused.
There's a voice in my head. I thought that was you. Cyrus, didn't you say you heard a voice? And she's like looking at him like a little panicked that maybe she's going insane finally. Like a voice. It was kind of a whispered one, and then there was like a wicked laugh. And
I heard you
you
became
heard
a
that?
queen. Why would you ever do that?
Do what?
Become
Cyrus
queen.
points to the crown. She
I-
found that.
Made the mistake of putting it on to keep it safe. I was supposed to bring it back to what was my grandfather, apparently a Rakshasa. Apparently putting this crown on sort of binds you, I guess, to the role in the Tiefling lands. Listen, I've been trying to figure this all out myself,
What about your son?
honestly. I don't know much about him, don't know where he is, and she's like very quickly glancing over, and she's not looking at Cyrus as she says that at all. Anyway, about
Son?
this New Hope has risen thing. And she's raising her voice a bit. About this New Hope has
Did you
risen
tell
thing
him
is
about Van
New
Zorwin by
Hope's
chance?
back. He met Van Zorwin briefly.
Oh. So the man
he
did survive the
Died
meteor.
in battle.
Wait,
He died in battle a bit ago.
I thought Wait, did he die at the
He-
meteor that supposedly smacked him? I heard he was fighting to save
No.
E2?
No, he survived that. He sacrificed himself for us in battle. We faced the Grim Legacy. They found us and decided what more fun than to slaughter people who had done nothing to them. And we barely got out alive, if not for Ven and, well, Magwar, I guess, my patron. And she's like kind of rubbing her left arm as she says this.
Okay. And he looks at you and goes, well, so are you still Magwar's servant?
I serve him, yes. He is my patron fully now. I don't owe him a soul count, but I owe him my servitude.
Did my wife ever find you? I sent her after you to give you a message.
I don't know if she did,
Mm.
but it's been a long while. Your son told me briefly about it. I'd have to sit down and think. So much has happened. I forget things sometimes, or just am too focused on, I suppose, not dying. Sure, that's
we're
relatable.
always prone to death. That is true, and unfortunately, it
seem
seems the
to-
cursed kind of favored me as well. I got my
Yes,
arm back
yes.
though, as he kind of rolls his left arm.
I see. I'm glad that the potion was put to good use, my friend.
Yes, but since I did die, my son has inherited, and thus I am a free agent.
Mhm.
And he pets
Are y-
Chester. So,
Are you?
and he looks at Zaya and looks at Cyrus and goes, I can smell the pheromones. Who's the one who wants to explain this to me? And where are the kittens?
I beg your pardon.
Explain
Zaya's
what?
like looking very confused, and she's like glancing at Cyrus, shifting away a little bit. Can I ask what you mean by kitten? I mean, one of our party members did get cursed with cat ears and a tail, but as far as I know, he's not do. Thippus, perhaps we should
He's back
go
on the
somewhere a
boat.
bit more, a bit more secluded. I'm sure there's a lot to catch up on. I have questions. I need your help with a few things. She's like looking around because it's out in the open. I really have lots of questions for you.
I guess I'm the
Yeah.
favorite now. He kind of smiles at Cyrus.
So,
Alright.
yeah, Cyrus is just about as awkward as I is right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, we were thinking, well, I was planning to stop by a library, hoping to read up on some things, but we could maybe go there if you think it'd be quiet. If not, the ship's in a little bit of a wreck thanks to those rats. I have to stop by, get papers from your son, sign them to finalize
Oh,
the
And he
alliance.
pulls out of his pocket a scroll. He goes, "Here you go. This will take care of that."
Oh, wonderful. And she'll take it. Does it have the like contract alliance
It
thing on it?
does.
Can I read it? Fine print included.
Yeah,
I
give me a
wanna-
perception check. Yes, Cyrus?
Oh
I was
god.
gonna say I will assist on that.
Yeah, can I?
So,
Is there any way I could give myself, where is it, enhance abilities so I can get advantage
Sure.
on wisdom checks?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yep, so I'm gonna cast that so I can hopefully not mess this up.
I guarantee
Oh,
you still
that
will.
was low. And then is this one? I got an 8 and a 7, so an 8 plus 4. 12. 12 perception.
may
So
may I look
is he
at that
gonna help?
before you sign it?
Yeah, Cyrus, as my, of course, an advisor of mine and a dear friend, perhaps you could look this over. And she's like giving it to him, but like she's like awkwardly holding it by like the edge of her fingertips, so making sure their hands don't touch. Like, here you are.
He takes it and we'll try to read through it.
Okay.
And so much better.
It's a
Less
contract.
than me.
It
Can I
seems
give him
legit.
bardic inspiration?
Yeah, it's a contract. You realize that Zaya's got nice manicured hands. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Nice
Um,
nails.
you start to realize this is really awkward.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, I look it over, hand it back. Seems legit
Uh,
to me. I don't know.
Then it is final, and she's quickly like just signing her name. You see Cyrus, she like begins to write something in her haste, corrects herself, and then like writes Zaya Raven Song, and hands it
Div
over, and
just
she's
looks at you
not
and goes,
looking at you.
Was that Gal? Were you writing a G?
No, it was a Z. It was nothing. You know me and my spy name. I mean, me and my other name. Divis, we should go talk.
Songbird
she's,
doesn't
like,
start with
speaking
a
lo-
Z.
My first name starts with a Z. Both names start with a Z. Divis, I thought I told you, but that's besides the point. We should head to the ship or somewhere nice. I've not been here before. Maybe you should take us sightseeing, now that we know you're not trying to kill us.
Wouldn't be the first time.
She...
He goes, but as you start to get up and walk, and he starts showing you towards a library, he goes, so I hear you've been sharing a room.
Not as of recent. I had an incident where there was a fireball trap, almost died. The next one, I guess I stayed there. We were figuring out a plan, and then there was this shared nightmare, I guess, and then, well, we haven't slept really since then.
Okay, I'll make sure to keep note of that. He looks at Cyrus and goes, I'll get you a book. Don't worry, we have one for that. We'll teach you how so it's not such a nightmare next time.
That is not. There was
Yeah, no.
a lot.
Anyway, because that, yeah, he's like very awkward. I can dimension door and get Zaya out if there's an issue.
I bet you can get Zaya out. He smiles and goes, all right, we'll go this way.
The library's where? Over here.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. He goes, and he pulls out a tree, a giant dog treat of made of like rawhide, and hands it to to Chester and goes, "Follow me." God, it's been so long since we've traveled. He smells. Cyrus, did she ever tell you about her natural talent at singing and seducing?
He knows I am
I've
musically gifted.
I've heard her sing.
Oh, I bet
Not
you have. He smiles. Have you heard
that
about her tale with
not-
Blenton?
That is
No.
not important. We are here on diplomatic business. We have things we
Did
need
you
to
sleep
go
with
to.
a goat? He just looks at
No,
Zaya.
I did not. That is a rumor spread by people who would wish to undermine me.
Mm-hmm.
She says that with a completely straight and serious face. You know
What
how
she
it is.
said.
You get a little bit of see, the goat thing happened to him. It's like a weird joke. People are
Well,
just out to
yeah.
get us. Divis, come on now. Do you think I would ever, in any
Yes.
good conscience, sleep? You know I would not. Divis, we were traveling for how many years together?
I mean, I'll be honest. I knew you'd do anything when you needed information. I'm just trying to figure out the
That's-
angle you're working off this man.
Not true. I would have no need to get the information like
That's not
that.
what
And she's
Blenton.
like,
I remember watching Blenton say.
Blenton used magic on me, and I was sadly thralled by it because I was weaker then. I didn't do that in my good mind.
He looks down
And-
at Chester and goes, Blenton was her great uncle that she slept with.
That was not the case. There was a lot of different Blentons named. You know how common the name is the Tiefling Lance. For all I know, he was some other powerful Blenton back away.
No,
he
I
was a
bet your
dead
son.
man.
He looks pretty
He's-
like you.
I don't
So
even
this
know.
library. Are we getting?
Yes.
Are we getting close?
Calm down there, buddy. We'll be there soon enough. You Nords are so
Oh, okay.
impatient.
No, we're in a rush. We have lots of things to do. We're on a
I
bit
bet
of
you're in a
a
rush.
deadline, actually.
So you're sharing a bedroom with a Nord. Explain to me that. He looks very
He is
concerned.
a trusted companion who saved my life many times, and I was sleeping on the couch. That's all. We're figuring things out. I need
He
to
looks
be
back
kept
to Cyrus
safe
and
at
goes,
night.
You slept with her on a couch? How indecent. I will cut you down here.
He slept on a bed. I slept on a couch. It's been nothing else, Divis.
You slept with an
Divis.
Aasimar as well?
Divis, she's like leaning down, wrapping an arm around his shoulder, and she's like, Divis, I want you to tell me how you ended up with a son, and I didn't know. And she's like trying to distract him. Can I roll persuasion to change the topic?
Sure.
Yeah, she's like
Technically
trying to
only-
take his attention.
Half an Asmar, but there was no.
Hmm.
We didn't sleep. No,
Great.
she was on the
great.
couch.
Natural 1 plus 14, 15. Tell me about how you ended up
So
with
you
a son.
slept with
I was never
two
told.
Aasimars? He just looks at you.
No! Cyrus, I am
Wait,
going to
Have you been
ask you to stop.
You've been breeding with Aasimar. Do you know how bad that is for a tiefling? You're
I-
half demon.
Have not been with anyone for a while. I've been focused on not dying.
He pulls
There's
out a
been no
picture and
such
goes,
thing.
So Cyrus, you see this picture and you see this like
I
very
take
old
it.
tiefling. God,
No, I just
damn it! Give that back.
oops, oh no, my fingers have slipped. Oh, it's green flame bladed, it's gone.
I've got a couple copies. I'll get you another one.
They're fake. Cyrus, he's such a jokester. You know, Divis, he couldn't let me ever get away unembarrassed. Nah.
I know Pipla's put his fingers somewhere that they
Mhm.
shouldn't have been, but you know. By the way, what happened to E2? I never did hear about what happened to her.
She disappeared, as did Dulkin. I don't know where they went. I had party members die, I had party members disappear. I've not seemed lucky in that regard. I'm surprised Cyrus has survived this long, if I'm being honest.
I mean, every
Don't know
person you apparently
why-
try to sleep with seems to survive.
I have not.
By the way,
Divis. Divis,
said-
You're in such a better mood. Last I spoke with you, you seemed so unhappy and unpleasant. Did that true resurrection spell really just
I was a
ramp you up
robot
that
that you
low?
let that damn mad noob cut up. Of course I wasn't in a good mood. Now, explain to me what you see in the human, because I'm very confused on that. Wait,
She looks over at
you were
Cyrus.
kidnapped by
Well,
blink
he's
dogs as well?
He's what? You have long hair and he's wearing robes.
Why
Yeah,
is he wearing
Cyrus,
your hair? He looks down at Cyrus's bracelet.
I told you about the tiefling hair tradition. It's
Yeah.
a magical item to keep him safe, and it shows he's in my good grace, which is being
No,
loyal
he looks
and
at you
him
and goes,
being with me.
It shows you're engaged to him.
No, it doesn't. That is Dibus, you mishear. This
He
shows
pulls out a book and
he's
goes,
like family.
see, Cyrus, you see
The-
this right here? And he starts pointing
This
it, and it
that
says,
is fake. It's
Okay.
this has
you
been-
gave one to the dog's master? How many men are you taking as consorts? Jesus!
I am taking none. They are companions. It is also a sign
Whatever
of
you want to call them.
friendship.
Sure.
These braids specifically represent friendship. They are allies. I wish them to survive, and
Let me
they
ask
just
you
have
something,
magical
Norb.
properties.
Does she
Yes.
talk to you telepathically through it?
Through the bracelet?
Yes.
No.
Has the message cantrip on it, so
Yeah.
It does.
I can.
Oh, good. So she is engaged to you. She wants to make sure you're not sleeping with other people. That's good to
Is
know.
not the case at all. She's like Zaya's not only a deep red, but her tail is like lashing in both embarrassment and like agitation, and she's like, Divis, we really need to be going and doing things. If you would just want to chat and catch up, I'm afraid we'll have to
You're
do that
sleeping
later.
with a simple smith as well?
I would not sleep with Malthor. And I don't think if I tried, Malthor would even let me, and I definitely don't want to. You know how much of a stick in the mud he is anyway, Divis.
I've never met said Malthor. I just know this dog keeps telling me that you've been sleeping with everyone.
Well, this dog really should be useful in keeping guard so I don't die. And she's like glaring at Chester. Because he really failed to stop that dagger and all the other things. He was just sort of barking. He chewed a little on my pant leg.
Maybe he thought he had a better chance than the goat.
Oh, look, is that the library over there? I think it is. And Saya starts walking ahead really quickly, like speed walking.
As she walks away, he pulls on Cyrus and goes, not so far. Sorry, buddy. We're gonna have a nice long chat as he kind of wraps his hand around your waist.
Divis, keep up. She's like glancing over her shoulder. We have things to do. We're on a time limit.
No, we'll be fine. You go on ahead.
No, I think I'll stay around. I don't feel safe being alone. I am a queen. I need to be accompanied by people who could keep me safe.
Chester, get on it, as he looks to the dog.
I don't trust the dog. She's gonna like slow down a bit, so she's ahead of them, but she's still nearby, like keeping it within visual range. And she is actually looking for a library.
Maybe it would be better to, stick together in case we have any more people like you, Dibus, that are stalking us.
You call it stalking when I was trying to figure out how you kidnapped her.
Oh, now that makes more sense.
I mean, she's been kidnapped multiple times.
No, yeah.
Did she tell you?
Do I hear him?
Oh yeah,
Do I
he's
No,
being
hear
no
very
them
loud.
talking?
kidnapping. Yeah.
That was a while ago. You know what happens. You're noble. You're an adventurer. Things happen.
Did she
and
tell
she's
you
like,
how she got kidnapped
him.
by the Emperor's daughter of the Tiefling lands?
Divis. And she's like, she's
No.
slowing down now, and she's gonna try to like get between the two. Like, Divis, come on now. These aren't really fun stories. You should tell him about the time we did that mission in the Tabaxi lands where, there was like, we almost died and we had to like jump over the river. That was fun.
Did she tell you about the
Remember?
time that she and her friends slept with some old people?
That did not happen.
Or did she tell you about the time that she visited Zelm and then went off to the human lands where she got, assaulted by a dwarf? And then she ran him through with her own spear? It was a good evening. Oh,
I
how about
haven't-
how about the
yeah.
gnoll who decided to chew a hole in her neck? That was a good one.
Zaya is rubbing her throat as he says that. He was a he was mind controlled. He didn't know what he's doing. He's gone now. Thankfully, I admit I've almost been killed several times. Cyrus, listen to these stories. You know how dangerous it is to be around me. Yes, you can always rethink your decisions about staying.
She also got seduced by a young dwarf with a very nice mustache at one point in the human lands. That was interesting.
Pretty sure he was a Rakshasa too, for all I know.
Well, if it was a nice mustache.
Saya's face palming.
Why don't you go on
Trying
ahead?
to like break the mood.
He pats Saya on the like lower back because he's not really tall enough to hit her shoulders and goes, "Why don't you go on ahead? I'll have a nice long chat with your friend."
I feel like Dibis, I don't think I fully trust you alone with Cyrus, if I'm being honest. You have a tendency to like to embarrass me, and you also have a tendency to threaten people you don't fully trust. If I'm
Only
being
a
honest.
tendency? He smiles.
Cyrus is completely trustworthy, and I like him unstabbed, unscathed, unscared.
Oh, I can smell the
Untortured?
pheromones on him. Don't worry. I know how much he means to you.
He's a good friend. And he
Uh-huh.
saved my life a few times. You know how that was. I saved your life, and then you saved mine. You know that sort of gave us a good friendship.
That's really all it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. See, like Cyrus, he can't lie. Or that he's not a liar. Like us.
Well, I know he's blind as a bat.
That's arguable.
It's true. Better up close.
I agree, Chester. He looks down at the dog. They are both desperate. All right, yes. The library's here as he turns and looks over at this massive marble building. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be around.
Thank you, Divis. Cyrus, let's go. We're on a time limit, and she's like dragging Cyrus to the side, like practically pushing him in front of her. We have a time limit. Divis, it was so nice to see you again. I'm glad you are alive. And she's like trying to shut the door behind them.
You'll be seeing a lot more.
You.
Yep. All right. As Chester kind of walks in with you. Okay. All right. As you guys enter this massive library.
And once the door's shut, yep. Once he's out of view, Zaya's like collapsing back against the door wall, and she's like breathing a heavy sigh and just like covering her very brightly flushed face, and is just like regretting decisions a little bit. Not saying anything, just sort of like trying to cool herself off.
He was interesting character.
A lot more energetic than I remember. Sort of like when I first met him. Although I admit when I first met him, he was a little more cautious about information he gave to people. That must mean he trusts you. And she's like smiling very awkwardly, trying to seem put together, but he's a real jokester, as you know. Like, we've had many a fun tale, many times of almost dying. Anyway, you wanted to look for information, as did I. Perhaps something about these soul things will be around here. We should look for information on Yuan-Ti, changelings. I guess anything would really help me with this politics I find myself in. We should actually use time to good use before we have to leave. And she's gonna like start walking around looking for stuff.
You might see Cyrus pull out Cyrus, not Cyrus. Pull out note in his pocket and kind of like look at it questioningly.
Saya's gonna stop and look over and be like, "What is it?"
Blenton the Bloodied?
Can I see that note, please, Cyrus? And she holds her hand out with a nice big smile.
Yeah, it just says, ask her about Blenton the Bloodied.
Does he hand me the note?
Yeah, I do.
I burn it. And then I keep walking, looking for books.
Okay.
She says nothing. She just keeps walking. She's looking through the bookshelves now. Brisk pace. All right. Yep. No.
Yes.
Chester.
What?
Now I'm looking for books on changelings. Yuan-Ti, anything about soul collecting, and I also would like anything on time travel that I can find.
Yeah, my list is basically the same.
Yep,
So
we're
I
gonna
figure
do
we
some
can
studying
probably
together.
assist each other in reading.
Okay.
Yep, because I am stupid and he is smart.
All right. As you guys begin to start looking, roll me some intelligence checks.
Okay, should I do physical or digital, guys?
Roll me 3 of them, by the way, for each of you.
Okay, no advantage or anything.
Oh, same one, same twice.
Nope.
Intelligence. Oh, I get a +2. This is great. Okay. Well, 10 for my first one. I get a 12 for my second, and I'll roll physical for the third, and that is a 9. So 10, 12, 9 for Zaya. So she's a very, very stupid.
Okay. As Cyrus notices a second note in his pocket. Taking a moment for the
God.
DM to finish his salad.
Yeah, sorry, gotta flip back to that. So you had a son with this Bunton? And
Zaya's gonna
something
turn
about
to
an Alluvia
Cyrus.
girl.
And she looks at him serious. Cyrus,
What?
we are good friends, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Please do not ask me questions until we are in a safe location. That is not in a public library. Please and thank you. And she just turns back to reading.
Got it. Puts the note back in his pocket. Sorry.
Can I take the note from his pocket sneakily? Like, sneak it out and rip that one out?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
I haven't used sleight of hand yet. It's time. Time to have fun, guys. What's my sleight of hand? Oh, +7. It's a 19.
Given your passive perception, you don't notice this.
Yep, and I read what it says and then I'll rip it up
Okay.
subtly.
It
Quietly.
reads, she probably burned the first. Ask her about her son by Blenton the Bloody and the Alluvia girl that she slept with.
Yep, Zaya rips it up and then she like hands it to Chester to eat. Like, eat it. But she doesn't say anything. She's very subtle and sneaky about it. I'm sure Cyrus is busy reading with his high intelligence checks.
All right. So
Great session.
as you're chilling, reading through these books, you learn a few things that catch your eye. You find the tunnel or a map of the tunnels of the Yuan-Ti lands, which means congratulations, you just avoided the first trap of the DMs between the two of you.
Nice.
That's all Zaya gets. Cyrus, what were your rolls for?
Well, looking for like the capturing souls and gems, and then anything
Okay.
on travel.
Time travel. Yeah.
So first off, amethysts are the main stone used to capture or to create soul stones. Soul stones actually do appear in the wild in deep mines, and it's typically they only appear where there are amethysts and lots of major battles. So basically, these things would absorb the magic from the dead, and typically would slowly over time, usually around 5 to 10 years, turn into what is the equivalent of a soul stone and be able to capture souls willingly of anything that was slain with it. Nothing on time travel is found. And what was the other one?
Yuan-Ti and
oh.
Changelings I was looking
Yes.
for.
You do find out that that the changelings did manage to almost wipe out the Yuan-Ti a long time ago. However, after the Great Opossum clan caused the downfall of the changelings, there's nothing else mentioned about either changelings or Yuan-Ti and how they dealt with each other.
Okay. Does Cyrus tell Zaya all of that, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Just making note of it all.
And as you guys are standing there or sitting there reading, A cloaked figure comes into the room, and he's just smiling, looking at you both.
Hi,
Cyrus,
Dibus.
I feel like we should move to another table. Over there looks like a really good book. It's about what? Politics, I think. We should look at economic. We're gonna be doing trade, merchant stuff. And she's like pulling him away from the figure.
Oh,
Towards
is that how it is now,
the-
Zaya?
She like goes over
Songbird?
and gives Dibus a little bit of a glare, like not like a I hate you glare, but sort of like you'd give a glare to an annoying sibling or friend. Like, I'm trying to do something. You're
Are-
in my way.
Are you his songbird now? He smiles. It's about time you settled
No.
down.
I am actually, Dibus, you know what's a fun fact? I can't settle down with my friend only because guess what? Because of politics, I'm about to be arranged marriage to psychopathic children. So I need actually a book about arranged marriages and all the sorts of that stuff. And Zaya is actually looking for books about like I don't know, just like anything that could help. I know she knows about like tiefling divorce, but like anything of use
As you
with
start
like
to
legal
look,
stuff.
he kind of grabs Cyrus and says, "Don't worry, I promise that I'm not going to say anything that would be detrimental to you from here on out on this subject." And grabs Cyrus. "I need to borrow your friend for something."
I'm assuming he means Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going? Because again, I would not
Okay.
like being
We'll be
left
within
alone.
earshot, I promise that, if anything should happen.
She's gonna glance at Cyrus and be like, "If I die, it's on you guys." And she'll just give a big grin and that she doesn't really mean, and then just go back to reading the books and not think about what Dibus is gonna tell the man.
Hey, Chester, you make sure to contact me if something goes wrong, as he grabs Cyrus and starts to pull.
Yeah, Cyrus will go with him.
Alright, but as you kind of get pulled a few bookshelves away, and into what looks to be a small little, kind of, not a room, a full room, but 3 walls set up with some strange material on it, he just goes and kind of looks at you and goes, "Alright, I don't like you. I would
Okay,
kill you normally, because, to be honest, that's how we do things. And I don't know how much she's told you about me, but I'm the one who dealt with her problems when her problems became a problem. You're a problem." But
kind of been doing the same thing.
he looks at you
helping
and goes, "No,
deal with
hush, hush,
problems.
boy. Listen to me. I have been with this woman since the very beginning. I know more about her than you will ever achieve. I'm going to offer you a single chance. You say the word, and her hand is yours. I will have the boys that she is arraigned to taken care of, and they will not be a bother, and you can pursue and fail at your own risk. Or you can choose to continue standing there on the sideline while she ends up marrying some man that'll probably end up being the death of her. These are your choices."
Well, I would prefer her not to die.
"Good man," and he
May-
smacks
may-
you across the face, ignoring you, and turns around and walks off.
Okay,
No more ass
that
slaps,
was
just face
a
slaps.
thing. He just kind of says to himself.
His
I
tiny
am
cat
gonna
vanishes.
pop in with like the telepathic link and be like, "Everything going okay?" And she like clearly sounds very nervous.
Yeah, he just replies back. I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it's fine.
Zaya's obviously still looking for books on like legalities of arranged marriages, alliances,
So
stuff
after a
on
few
trading.
moments, you find a book on the legality of marriage in general. It's pretty common law, according to almost all the religions as you're looking through 'em. The death of your, engaged or betrothed typically means the marriage is off.
Okay.
So that's pretty common.
Okay. So just like if someone dies, free game.
Pretty much.
Okay.
As you see Chester kind of borking quietly. And
Cyrus walks back to see what she found.
yep, as you see her reading a book on divorce. It clearly says
Yep.
"book on divorce" written on it.
Yeah, I don't think Zaya, depending on how quiet it is, I don't think if she's busy reading, she notices him approaches, so she's not hiding the cover. She's just like brows furrowed a little bit, mouth kind of pouted as she's like trying to read, like trying to understand this. Tail swaying, just kind of standing there.
Find anything?
Ah! Jesus! Cyrus!
Sorry.
And she'll like close the book a little bit quickly, put it back. Just perusing, trying to guess to find anything else that could help us. What did he need to talk to you about? I know he seems a little bit rough and he's a little bit not the nicest to people he doesn't know, and he probably could stab you if he wanted, but he hasn't yet, so I'm assuming he didn't want you dead.
No, well, he did say he didn't like me.
That's very Dibbus-like of him.
He is a interesting character.
Yes.
He I guess that's about it. It's just he said
That's
don't.
all he pulled you aside to say he hated you.
Yes.
So,
As you see a paw print on his face.
did he say something like, if you try anything to her, I'll kill you, or I'm gonna keep my eye on her? He's a little protective. I could see him doing that easily.
Yeah, he did say he's gonna watch or watch out for us, keep an eye. I don't something like that. Yes.
He's a character, but he means well, and he has kept me safe in the past, so if he's keeping an eye out, I feel better if embarrassed. But feeling embarrassed is, I suppose, better than dying. So I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No. Well, that came up is that he said he used to help deal with your issues, and
We had
I,
a.
I did mention, yeah, I would prefer that you didn't die, and then he walked
I
off.
would hope. Yeah, I did best. We had a sort of rough past. We looked out for each other. And as I'm looking at Cyrus, does he seem like off, extra nervous, or is like
he's got a big paw print on his face that's been smacked.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this whole story seems pretty believable. Like, I could. Oh.
Yeah, you could see Dibbus definitely saying this.
Okay, and I know my passive definitely is 16, so and I'm not gonna do a check because I doesn't see a reason to. So you lied successfully for once, Cyrus Galatron. No, Zaya's just gonna.
zero.
Zaya's gonna sigh, and she's actually gonna. Where is it? She's gonna reach up and gently, with like one hand, touch your face where the paw print is, and cast Cure Wounds at first level, and just kind of heal that up.
The paw print does not
apologize,
disappear.
It does it?
Nope.
Not even with 13 hit points. Zaya
gains
looks a
the hit
little bit
points.
confused.
But the paw print's still there.
Where?
Cyrus kind of reaches up to his cheek where Zaya's hand is like, what's theirs?
As your hands
You-
awkwardly
My
brush
face.
against each other.
Yeah.
Zaya like pulls away, and she's like, there's a paw print there. I maybe have makeup that could cover it up. It's a bit obvious. And she's sort of eyeing it. Uh-oh. What did you?
Oh, Cyrus is just gonna do prestidigitation to try to clean it up.
Yeah, Zaya's gonna reach into her pocket as she feels something and read the letter. Okay. All right. Thanks. One. Zaya's just gonna look a little confused, but not like confused, like panic confused, like she usually is. Just kind of confused, a little begrudgingly amused, and just sort of put the letter back in her pocket.
It immediately incinerates as she sets it in her pocket as she feels something warm. As Chester starts pointing at Cyrus's face and kind of borking slightly.
Yeah, Cyrus will just prestidigitation try to clean his face.
The paw print mark stays. It is a nice pink splotch on his face.
Do I sense if it's magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, because if so, I'll try to dispel magic on it. Zaya's just, as the letter burns, she's just like eyeing him and is gonna roll in physical dice. That's a bad roll. That's a 10.
That it's Arcana. It's got magical presence to it.
I'll try to dispel magic. Do I have to touch the thing?
You have to
That's the
touch his
question.
face to dispel it. Yep.
All right, so Zaya's just kind of be like, hold still, and she'll reach up a little awkwardly, but not too hesitantly, and just sort of gently cup his face and cast the spell magic 3rd level. And she's sort of glancing away as she does it, but she's like also looking at it to keep an eye on it,
It doesn't
like making
disappear.
sure no one's watching them.
Oh,
It-
you
it
can
doesn't?
tell. Yeah, no, you can tell there are people watching you too from other tables.
It doesn't disappear.
Nope.
Well, looks like the mark's staying, and she like quickly puts her hands like to her side, like is grasping them a little awkwardly, and is like, perhaps we can get it checked out later.
Here's a distant cackle of an old man saying, "Ah, young love."
Yeah, probably a good idea.
All right, as the party finishes up their look around the library, having discovered what they needed to, you feel that the evening is getting late after quite a while and feel the need to return to the ship as you can hear Malthor complaining in the distance and screaming about something or other. Not in pain, just annoying, or annoyed. As you guys return after a very awkward session at the library alongside Chester, who still thinks you're both very desperate, you find that Malthor has sealed the patch in the ship. The copper has been processed into small bars and is sitting outside of the dimension door thing that has been set up for the rooms. You see Captain at the helm, kind of getting some coordinates set up and getting everything designed according to a map he's looking at. And you see Kips is holding a very giant rat and kind of like in a big glass cage and bringing it into one of the rooms, or his room.
Saya's just gonna sigh and not say anything.
All right.
Looks a little bit tired and just like, I'm had a good day sort of so far, not gonna get involved.
Kips vanishes into his room before Malthor gets a chance to yell at him. You do see though, in the distance, Cyrus, what looks to be a red-eyed, blue and black cat, Alice, staring at you with a middle finger in the air, right at you.
Saya noticed.
Kind of smile and nod, and that's it.
All right.
Towards his direction.
And that is where we're ending today's session. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. We will see you next time.
Bye.